Good afternoon. Happy New Year. If you can hear me, type Happy New Year in the chat. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Breaking news out of the SWAC. Breaking news. And this is not allegedly. This is not a sources say live. This is a legit official announcement from Florida A&M football. I'm so grateful that today I get to share something that I don't have to put allegedly on it first. I don't have to say allegedly for right now until I make other types of statements. But this is not allegedly. And I want to preface this with a couple of things. First of all, if this is your first time here, or if it's your second time, or if you've never been here before, go ahead and hit that like button. We already have some folks in the chat, but I want you to go ahead and hit that like button and go ahead and answer the pre-show poll that I have up. Now, I'm going to give you guys a few disclaimers on today's show. Number one, if you are a FAMU Rattler, before we even jump in here, before we even get it started, public service announcement. Now, mind you, everything that we do right now, it'll be respectful, but y'all going to get these jokes, so take them in stride. You are going to get the jokes because Jackson State was here last year. And when I say last year, we had our head coach gone. So, before we even start, you're going to get these jokes, and it's going to be including, but not limited to, y'all couldn't keep your coach. Y'all are bragging different, but you let another coach, another school take your coach. Y'all are going back to being irrelevant. You're going to lose all your talent. And Bethune getting ready to whoop on y'all ass again in the Florida Classic. These are the jokes that are going to be told, and I want for everybody from the FAMU faithful to take them in stride. You want to know why? Because Jackson State did. So now it's your turn. So I don't want to hear about we're happy that you're failing, or, you know, we are hoping and wishing and praying that you fail. No, you couldn't wait for Willie Simmons to leave. Not at all, because we definitely wanted to see him at the at our house. We definitely wanted to see Willie again. Okay? So please do not play victim. We're going to go ahead and put this out here. And Hitman, of course, we took it in stride. We was talking. I can promise you, I can find 10 different posts right now. I can find 10 different posts right now of me joking about our student athletes leaving. I also did a joke when Neely was in Colorado and said he entered the transfer portal. So everybody, just let y'all know, we're going to get these jokes in, but we're also going to have a serious dialogue. That's one thing I love, is the ability to have a serious dialogue on what does this mean for the SWAC East. Are they going to lose 60 players to the portal? Because it's going to be too many unknowns. Anything, I'm not going to come up with any new jokes. I will not come up with no new jokes. Any jokes that I tell are going to be recycled jokes, and they are going to be from when you guys did it to us. Okay? All right, so let's get into this. Let me go ahead and do my little spiel, do my little timeline, and then I'm going to invite people up to share their thoughts. Okay? I'm not trying to take all of your time on New Year's. I want y'all to enjoy. All right. They must have had this little template on speed dial. It says, "Thank you, Coach Willie Simmons. A press release dated for today." Do you think they already had this press release in the wings? And let me go ahead and copy it and paste so that y'all know this is not alleged. This is directly from the website, FAMU Athletics website. Go in there and watch, or I'm going to make you go to bed. Go watch TV. To the FAMU community, it is with mixed emotions that I announce the departure of Coach Willie Simmons from his position as Florida A&M University head football coach. Coach Simmons has been an integral part of our athletics program, and I am both proud and sad to see him go. Hold up, you proud and sad to see him go? Who wrote this press release? Lord be offense. I'm both proud and sad to see him go. I don't know if we should have said the proud part, but okay. Coach Simmons has been transparent about his aspirations to become a Power 5 head football coach, and I'm thrilled that he has been offered an opportunity to take a significant step towards achieving that goal. Lord have mercy. Who wrote this press release? He will join Duke as the running backs coach, which aligns perfectly with his professional ambitions. God, please help me. I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to Coach Simmons on his new chapter in his career. I want to acknowledge Duke University head football coach Manny Diaz for recognizing Coach Simmons' potential and extending this exciting opportunity to him. I'm confident that Coach Simmons will significantly contribute to the Blue Devils football program, and I wish him all the best in his new role. In the interim, we are fortunate to have Coach Cozy III stepping up as interim head coach. He currently serves as the assistant head coach, and he brings a wealth of experience and leadership to the role, and I'm confident in his ability to guide our football program during this transition period. Your continued support for the football program and its student athletes is appreciated as I work quickly towards securing the best candidate to lead our football program into the future. I want to thank Coach Simmons for his dedication and hard work during his time at Florida A&M University, and I look forward to watching his continued success at Duke University. Eesh. It's like ouch, ouch, ouch after ouch in that particular letter. Woo-wee! That press release ain't no joke. That press release ain't no joke. I don't know how I don't know. What y'all think about this press release? It didn't do it for me. I kind of am cringing at some of these words that are in this letter. Because I ain't never heard of Willie Simmons having aspirations. That is news to me. Let's see how many. Okay, so once again, let me do my. Yeah, I didn't like that statement. It too much about Duke, too much about. If anything, it was kind of like, go ahead and go. You didn't elevate it. Go ahead and go. I didn't like it. I would have probably like talking a little bit more about maybe the SWAC championship, the seasons that he's had, and talking about FAMU football history possibly would have been better. But all that stuff about Duke and elevating, no. But then again, I'm not the PR people. I don't know. I don't know who wrote this, but I didn't really like it. All right. So now that we have that out of the way, let me go back to this statement because there's a couple more people on this live. Public service announcement. FAMU, y'all about to get these jokes. Take them in stride. I don't want to hear no victim blaming. No, y'all too concerned about FAMU because when it was Jackson State on the end of this coaching debacle, all hell broke loose. And I would also like to point out that I covered Coach McNair. I did several lives on Coach McNair and Alcorn and Texas Southern. And I also was able to do other lives as well. I think I did one on Grambling and Coach Mickey Joseph. And I was able to do these more lives because my son's not in school. I'm not in school. I had more time. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get it cracking. Let's get it cracking. Oh, I forgot to play my little video clip. Let's go ahead and do that now.
20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140.
Y'all was now I am absolutely going to congratulate you guys on your fundraising efforts. That was amazing and should not be taken lightly. So I applaud you in your ability to fundraise. That's amazing. That is amazing. Somebody send me to the link of the lady crying. She's hollering about Willie gone. Because I don't have it. Willie gone. He gone. He's gone. Somebody send me the link. They had, listen, y'all did an amazing job. I cannot take that away. Y'all, listen, the fish plates were fishing. The wigs were wigging. Y'all were doing an amazing job of fundraising. Absolutely amazing. So we can't take that from you. But what I will say is, was there a way to mitigate this, or was he on his way out? As the folks in Rough in the South always say, and when I literally say always, I literally mean probably once or twice a week, we will hear, y'all couldn't get enough money to raise y'all coach. Or you couldn't give him a raise. Y'all wasn't paying him right. You couldn't get his salary right. You couldn't raise enough money. So y'all are definitely going to hear that from us, because guess what? $500,000 pales in comparison to $5 million. And guess what? You got the money and he still left. And you want to know why that is? As all Jackson State alum said, you can't keep somebody that don't want to be kept. Spaghetti dinner, hot plates, all. Y'all was doing everything. I heard y'all was getting ready to start selling the candy bars for fundraising. They don't. Mr. Campbell told me that they do mullet, and it's real popular in Florida. They don't have the catfish. They have what they call mullet. And I don't really know that much about mullet fish, but apparently it looks something like this. They fry it up real good, fried mullet. The ones that Mr. Campbell pulled up, they looked like a bat. That's what Whitley said it looked like. It looked like a fried bat. Yeah, the world's finest chocolate. Listen, the mullet plates with the side of spaghetti. I didn't even know Florida knew about spaghetti and fish. I thought that was just a Midwestern thing. But apparently, and you know what? As a representative of iWeave Hair, we also were diligently trying to have sales on iWeaveHair.com. We have premium, the best extensions. And Mr. Campbell was able to make a donation directly to the coach, but it still wasn't enough. And that is, you know what? Somebody find me the picture of the lady on the snake. Sheesh. Girl Scout cookies, fish plates. Y'all are letting it be known. Alligator bites. What else y'all had on the menu? Y'all dropped the menu. Alligator bites, mullet, spaghetti, Girl Scout cookies, wigs for Willie. Uh-oh. We do not eat spaghetti and fish. Well, Hitman, tell me what you eat. Sloppy Joes, conch fritters. What? Jerk chicken for our Jamaicans. All right. They had some jerk chicken plates. Lord, they had the Caribbean menu out. Now, I ain't seen oxtails. They could have sold about $50 a plate. They could have definitely sold for about $50 a plate. Car washes and shoe shines. Now, mind you, FAMU has the money. You know that lady when she went to the movies and she said, "Oh, he's got money." Yeah, FAMU got the money. And they raised the money. They had over in the pot probably about $600,000 maybe or more total to cover his salary and his coach's salary. They had the money. They had it. Now, what I will say that I love about this particular transition, and this is one thing you don't have to worry about. You don't have to worry about head coach Willie Simmons making up any lies. He's just going to leave and go to his post. Dang, that's a long ass letter and it's real, real small. How are we supposed to read it? Let me see if I can zoom in. I can't even zoom in on it. How are you supposed to read this? All right. So head coach Willie Simmons, he posted a very long letter, but it's not like you can really make anything out of it. I can try to pull it up and read it to you, but that thing's so little. All right. Let me see if I can zoom in. Oh, yeah, I can zoom in. Y'all bear with me now. I am zooming in for y'all so y'all can actually see what it says. Y'all gonna get these jokes though. Okay. All right. Can y'all see that? If you can see it, put a heart in the comments. All right, let's go ahead and read this. Rattler Nation, I would like to start off by wishing everyone a happy new year from my wife, Shaya, and I, or is that Shia? Excuse me. 2023 was a year for the ages for Florida A&M University and the Rattlers football team, bringing a SWAC championship and an undisputed HBCU national championship and Celebration Bowl trophy back to the highest of Seven Hills has been truly one of the highlights of my 18-year collegiate coaching career. I came to FAMU in 2018 with the goal of returning Florida A&M football to its rightful place at the top of HBCUs and FCS football, and together as a family, we have done that. In other words, I came, I saw, and I conquered. I did not achieve this alone. There are so many individuals who have played a pivotal role in our success. I want to thank Dr. Larry Robinson for his leadership over the past 6 years. It's very difficult to lead a collegiate football program at a place with such high expectations as FAMU without direct without direct support from university leadership. And I thank Dr. Robinson for being present for our student athletes. I want to thank VP and Director of Athletics, Tiffany Dawn Sykes, for helping make the past year one that allowed our team to achieve champion status. Your energy is infectious, and to see the way the student athletes respond to you lets me know that FAMU athletics is trending in the right directions. Thank you for your commitment to our academic support for our student athletes, and our improved performance in the classroom reflects that commitment. I want to thank my previous athletic directors. Dang, he done went through a lot of athletic directors. Dr. John Eason, Courtney Gaucher, and Michael Smith. So in his time as the head football coach of FAMU, he has went through 4 athletic directors for working diligently to stabilize the athletic department at FAMU and working to make a first-class experience for all the student athletes at FAMU. I want to thank Dr. Chipman and the incomparable Marching 100 for creating the greatest post-game ritual in all of college athletics. To stand in front of the baddest band in the land after every game is a dream come true. Thank you. Doesn't seem fitting to express my sincere gratitude to the coaching and support staff, former and current, that I've been blessed to work with during my time here. I truly admire and appreciate all the work for you all put in and the sacrifices you made to guide our future leaders. I'm forever grateful for your loyalty, hard work, sacrifices, and commitment to the development of our young people in this program. Who wrote all this? I can't leave out the unsung heroes of our program, the wives who selflessly lend their husbands for those long work days and away trips. Good Lord, okay, so we got a little bit more ways to go, but it is important to convey the difference between Coach Simmons leaving and Coach Prime leaving. It's a difference, okay? It's a difference. Number one, Coach Willie Simmons waited until after the holidays, after the Celebration Bowl, after the SWAC championship. He waited. My deepest gratitude is to the young men I've been blessed to lead, the growth and development in our student athletes as they believed and committed themselves to our vision, and the demanding rigors of a championship football program are to be commended. Our players built our culture into what it is today. They grinded on the field and in the classroom, graduated at a high rate. Now that, okay, I'm going to just skip over that. I'm not going to be petty. Served our greater community through philanthropy and service, and certainly made Saturday afternoons magical in Bragg Memorial Stadium on Ken Riley Field for our beloved fan base. These young men are our future leaders, and I am proud of the great professionals, husbands, fathers, and community advocates that they are destined to become. Last, but certainly not least, I want to express my heartfelt appreciation to the die-hard fans of Rattler Nation. There is indeed no nation like Rattler Nation. FAMUans are by far the greatest part of the experience here at the College of Love and Charity. The fans provided love and support to our family and this team in ways we are eternally grateful for. The commitment you all showed in the past week is a glimmer of what we've seen over the past 6 years. It is the lifeblood of championship program and will be a catalyst for all athletic programs to succeed at the highest levels. You all met and exceeded every ask, and my only hope is that this level of support continues as our student athletes and coaches desperately need it moving forward. I can't individually thank you enough, but I do want to recognize the leadership of our DSOs, Mr. Cobb, Rattler Boosters, Mr. Curtis Taylor, the Rattler F Club, Mr. Eddie Jackson, the 220 Quarterback Club, Mr. Curtis Johnson, and the FAMU National Alumni Association, and Dr. Friday Stroud and the FAMU Foundation. Thank you for all your support. After days of fervent prayer and reflection, it is with an immense sense of humility and gratitude to announce that my family and I have decided to transition into the next chapter of my coaching career. My time as the head football coach at FAMU has been truly amazing, and my wife and I are forever grateful to all of Rattler Nation for embracing and loving us the way only Rattler Nation can. And while I'm eager to enter the next phase of my coaching career at the highest level of college football, I'm just as excited to see what's next for FAMU football. Shai and I were Rattlers long before I became the head football coach, and no matter where my career takes us, we are forever Rattlers. Thank you again, family, for everything. We love you and continue striking from the top. First of all, whoo, that was a long-ass letter. Good Lord. But, please don't go. Please don't go. Oh, I'm racing out. I'm trying to plead my case. Oh, Willie, don't get on that plane. Oh. You know what song I think of? You know what? I am laughing, but we were just here last year and it was not so nice. It was not so nice, okay? I only got 4 minutes, 'cause in 4 minutes, I'll never have Willie again. In 4 minutes, he's on his way to Durham for walk out the door. I only got 4 minutes, no 4 minutes. And I'm running out of time, 'cause in 4 minutes, I'll never have that coach again. In 4 minutes, he's on his way to Durham for he's walked out that door. Damn, I'm out of time. Well, y'all, that was just my rendition. I don't have Braxton today singing any well wishes, but you know, if you liked my singing, y'all can hit me up. Y'all can bless me, but I'll be the one singing the songs today, okay? So if you got any requests, go ahead and drop them in the link. Drop them in the chat. But damn, I'm out of time. Oh, I love that song 4 Minutes by Avant. That's like probably one of my favorite songs. And when it came out, I was way too young to realize what he meant by that 4 minutes. It says, Willie is currently on HBCU Game Day Live. Well, go ahead and so this is one thing that I will do. I will commend Coach Willie Simmons. I am commending him for his graceful exit. He did drop the mic the other day, but It ain't the year of the Rattler anymore. All right? That was last year. I'm not even going to have my son come over here talking about it's the year of the Rattler. Let's go over this timeline, y'all, and then I'm going to open up the chat. All right, so how did we get here? So the first thing that we need to look at was Coach Willie already out before the SWAC championship? Was he already like, we out? That's what I'm putting it together. And what I'm seeing is I'm just going to show you what I see, okay? And now this is the part of the show where it's allegedly. So folks, type allegedly in the chat, please. Allegedly. I'm going to be stating some facts, but I'm also in between those facts, I'm going to say what I feel, which is that Coach knew before the SWAC championship that he was heading out, allegedly. I feel like there wasn't anything that they could have done, you know? So this is why I say this. So this is Manny Diaz. So on 12/9/2023, Manny Diaz was introduced as Duke's next head coach. So whenever you are doing an interview as a head coach, you come with who your coaches are going to be, a SWOT analysis, what you plan on bringing to the table. It's all these like steps that you have to take in head coaching. So you tap some of your potential coaches to come with you. You tap them on the shoulder and say, hey, I'm doing interviews, you know, I'm trying to become the next head coach for X, Y, and Z. I want you to be my X, Y, and Z. This is the reason why whenever Ed Reed goes in for an interview, he never gets it, because he does not have that all together. You ask Ed Reed, who is your head coach for such and such and such and such, and he's obviously not checking off all of the tabs of what an AD looks for whenever they have these types of things. So there's certain things that they expect. And, you know, some folks miss the mark. They miss it. Okay? So no hard feelings. But this was on 12/9/2023. So Diaz already taps Simmons on the shoulder and says, hey, you know, I'm thinking about taking this position. I'm thinking about taking this position. Mind you, at this point in time, Coach Simmons has not won, or no, Coach Simmons has, when he was announced as head football coach, he had already won the SWAC championship. But he knew probably, I wouldn't be surprised if he knew Thanksgiving the last week or right going into the SWAC championship that Manny Diaz was getting ready to become head coach, which means they had a conversation. Mind you, Manny Diaz's son, Colin Diaz, is a graduate assistant on FAMU's roster. He is a graduate assistant at FAMU. And Manny Diaz and Coach Simmons have a past together. They both coached at Middle Tennessee. So, allegedly, I can say that the coaching position, meaning that Coach Simmons knew about the position. Somewhere along the line, the AD was made aware of a possible job offer. And this was before the Celebration Bowl. So we all know the Celebration Bowl is around the 15th or 16th of every month of every year in December. So the AD was made aware of a job offer for Manny D to work as the running backs coach at Duke. And you know, when you're made of an offer, they might give you like a sample contract or something that basically states the intention of Duke. So the AD would have to send that information to the higher ups at FAMU, whether it's legal or whatever, and they have to look over the stuff. Now, mind you, me personally, after having an undefeated season, why wouldn't you go to the table for reworking the contract? Even if you're just getting into contract negotiations. We got another song. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Yes. That's such a sad song. It is. Y'all. How do I say goodbye to what we had, Lord? But could this have been avoided? I feel like I'm not going to say that it could have been avoided, but I do think that it was definitely a breakdown in communicating with the donors, the alumni, that he had intentions to leave from when they were actually knew that he had this offer. So if you sit on the offer, what you telling me? Thank you, SWAC fan. What are you telling me? Dang, you paying me $10 to stop? Okay. SWAC fan paid me $10 to stop singing, y'all. So I'm gonna stop. What you telling me if I done told you Duke gave me an offer and y'all just don't say nothing, y'all don't do nothing, ain't no moves being made, ain't no announcements being made? What are you telling me? You're telling me, but if you want to leave, baby, go ahead and walk out the door. That's what I feel. If I'm telling you that I have an offer on the table and you don't do nothing, one thing that I found out, whoa, one monkey don't stop no show. I mean, you telling me that you knew that I was getting ready to leave and you didn't say nothing? All hell did not break loose until a Zoom call was made. Students started talking. Then all of a sudden, all hell broke loose. But you guys have known for a while that this was brewing. You knew for a while that this was brewing, and y'all wasn't trying to restructure or renegotiate the contract. Today is January 1st, 2024. You've known for more than 3 weeks. You've known that this offer was there. So, mind you, this is before the Celebration Bowl. So right now, if you do it in between SWAC Championship and Celebration Bowl and you sit there and you come to a negotiation, you might have been able to negotiate a certain contract. Like, okay, let's see what we can get. I know you want to leave me, but I refuse to let you go. If I have to beg and plead for your sympathy, I don't mind, cause you mean so much to me. Ain't you about to beg? Baby, baby. Oh, I love that song. Yes. See, we're gonna have a jam on here, boy. We're gonna have a jam. Okay. No, but for a serious note, Coach Simmons accumulated SWAC Coach of the Year, FCS Coach of the Year, an undefeated season in SWAC play. That's before we even get to the SWAC championship, ain't it? Right after SWAC championship is when he got his SWAC Coach of the Year and the FCS Coach of the Year. But as far as being undefeated in SWAC play, that should be enough alone right there to come to the drawing table. So should contract negotiations have taken place between having an undefeated season, which is not easy, he absolutely was FCS Coach of the Year this year. He absolutely was. I want to say he was. Maybe he was not. Let's see. He had two different Coach of the Years. Maybe it was Black FCS. You know, sometimes we make up our different coachings. And it's just all over the place. Now, mind you, so so y'all finish this for me. One thing about them tables, they always and they turn. They always do. That's why you gotta be mindful. And that's exactly why, let me do a reminder. Y'all gonna get these jokes. Every last one of them. And I don't want to hear no crying. So, the general public didn't become aware until Willie Simmons did a Zoom call with his players and said, I'm thinking about taking a running back coaching position. Now, this ain't no allegedly. This is actually, like, you can actually see this, which is that here's a crux for me as to why I feel like he had already made up his mind and he was leaving. And this isn't allegedly. So in his contract, there is a clause that basically says, in order for the coach to get all of his money, he has to still be employed on the 31st. Now, I pulled up Willie Simmons' old contract. They're trying to say that there's a new one, but when I pulled it up and it listed his contract, it basically told how much he was making, and it basically said that he was making $300,000 per year plus incentives. And included in this $300,000, $200,000 came from the state, but $100,000 had to be raised by alums. And if y'all just bear with me one moment, I'm going to take a small commercial break. Let me see if I can find. Oh, yeah. Let's do this one. Be with you right momentarily. right, y'all, I'm back. Now, I don't know where Mr. Ford is at. He might be watching football today. Now, oh Lord, I heard FAMU will have Duke Deuce performing at homecoming. Wow. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We got Mr. Campbell in the chat. The wigs for Willie might not have prevailed, but Mr. Campbell's still going to stand tall. I ain't never heard, ever. Now, they saying Willie leaving how he's supposed to leave, so he let y'all celebrate. Now, I'm going to pull up this contract, though, because although he left the right way, was everything handled correctly? Could it have been mitigated for him to leave? Could they have changed it? Maybe, maybe not. I will say this, after it was brought to my attention that he had to stay employed by until December 31st in order to collect all of his money, I was kind of like, well, really? You still got to be employed? Dang. So did Coach Simmons only stay there because he knew he wouldn't be able to get his money if he didn't? Yeah, you need to give the FAMU faithful words of encouragement. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. So we need to see, Mr. Campbell, we need your words of encouragement. Okay, so if you look at 3.4, it says, about halfway down, it said, said incentives shall accrue after attainment of the goal or official announcement of the honor and will be payable only if the coach remains employed by the university as head football coach on December 31st following the events and actively coaches the team as of the date of any of the achievements of honors. So basically, he couldn't even get any of these unless he was still employed. So he kind of like, that's why he said, I'll be making an announcement after this weekend. I bet you will be making an announcement after this weekend. And it might also be why he made that statement online randomly about 9:50. Maybe they are having some discrepancy with whether or not he's going to actually get this particular bonus. That could be one of the reasons why.
What's going on?
Hey.
Ooh. I did my show this more earlier, soon as it broke out, and you provide receipts as always.
It's a 2-week notice. He didn't give them 2 weeks though. He gave them more than 2 weeks to get the money together. But I feel like at this point, I feel like he was always leaving.
I'm gonna put it like this: if you know something about your coach leaving, knowing that what he has done since he's been at that school, it should have been you should have been proactive, especially really on the real T when he took when he South Florida had asked the, had entertained the idea of him being their head coach. It should have been. You shouldn't have to wait until now to.
I mean,
to
you
say,
don't want to make some like, let's just go ahead and raise his salary, and he hasn't won anything yet. Now, I think maybe mid-season, like after he beat Jackson State, maybe you could have went to the table, or preseason you could have went to the table, because $300,000 just as a base salary, it is kind of low, on the low end. He has put up a 9-2 and a 9-2 season. So I felt like after you beat Jackson State, then yes, and then after you had a 12-win season, then yes. Like those are just points where you could have said, let's go to the drawing table and see what we can come up with. But at that point, he's basically doing the same thing Dion did. I came and I conquered and I did what I was supposed to do, but he's just doing it with grace. Meaning he's not shitting on them on the way out.
But I'm not gonna. I don't want to really compare what the way he left to the way Dion left, because the simple fact that Coach Simmons had a chance to take two schools to newer heights. Like, remember, he was at Prairie View at first. He brought them out of obscurity for a minute. And then he gets over to FAMU, and other than the one season he had a 65 year, every year he's been at FAMU, the man has averaged 9 wins. 9 wins in a season. So it's not like he's not, he don't know what he's doing. It's just the fact that he's doing it in a way that he can only do it. Now the APR, I mean, is that on the football coach? I can't
Absolutely. He's been there long enough for it to be on him. Now he does get a little bit of slack. We do have Mr. Year the Rattler in here.
Oh, Mr. Ford, well, I was looking for you earlier today.
No, I've been with my family.
Oh, okay.
That was the talk. We got the it came across my niece's phone at about 2 something that he was leaving, and so that was the table conversation. Yeah.
So, Mr. Ford, you said that FAMU was going to be dominant for the foreseeable future.
Well, like I told my family.
Now I gotta call you the past year of the Rattler.
Yeah, that's right. Listen, like I told my family, it's not about Willie Simmons anymore. He's history now. It's about the administration, the president, that lady, Tiffany Dawn Sykes. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna pick somebody from that staff? Are you gonna bring in a new staff? Do you plan on being dominant the next 2-3 years? What are you going to do? It's not about Willie Simmons. Willie's gone. It's history now. Ain't no need to talk about Willie. It's about what is Tiffany Dawn Sykes. You got to earn your money. What is your president going to do? Where does he stand? That's what it's about now. Who you going to bring in?
I put it like this, Mr. Ford. My notion is keep the continuity. Hire from within.
I was thinking the same thing. I was, because I think he has a great staff. And if you can keep that staff together, but see, let me tell you who's got to get involved. And I think it's an issue. The president. You got to bring that staff in, and you got to guarantee them, I'm behind you. I'm gonna do anything to help you. But listen, I ain't never got that impression from Dr. Larry Robson. I ain't never got the impression from him that he was heavily involved with athletics. Now, I have to ask Ms. Campbell now.
I think he's turning the corner on being involved with athletics, because I think he knows that athletics runs the whole. It's that engine that kind of.
I mean,
keeps
I
the
feel
school
like we're
going.
missing out on a couple of things though. Like literally, wasn't FAMU the one that wrote a letter, like had the players and the coaches writing letters because they didn't have all the things that they needed just last year?
They
Yeah,
probably
that was
did.
on that was
That's
on
what it is.
was that the compliance? Yes, it was the
Yeah, they only
compliance.
have one lady working in compliance. Now I think they got
Compliance.
12 in there now.
No, but what
So
I'm saying is right now you had ineligible players, and then you have folks upset about the conditions. I remember they had some type of letter come out with the coach's signature on it about the players. Like, well, Jackson State players don't have to deal with this stuff. Like, I feel like right now, Mr. Ford, that they didn't do enough to try to retain him because they've been sitting on this information for over a
Well,
month.
what you have to do, you got to learn from the past, but you can't dwell on it. Learn from the past. I'm telling you now. I think it's you, Doc. One of y'all was telling me the other day about being proactive, and that's correct. So you got to be
I said that
proactive.
last night. I said it
That's right.
last
Got to
night.
be proactive. See, the thing now is, listen, I love what Willie Simmons did for Florida A&M. I love what Willie Simmons did for the SWAC. I love what Willie Simmons did for HBCU football. But we got to move on now. We can't sit around and talk about why he didn't stay in. We got to listen. I'm telling you again. The president got to call that staff in. He got to make a determination. Look, do you want these people? Do you want to keep these people intact? Or do you want to bring in somebody with his own staff? They got to make a decision, and it can't be in 2 months. It's got to be in the next 2-3 days because they're going to lose them kids.
Yeah,
And
they
see,
need
then you got to move. You got to see, once you meet with the staff, if it was Humphreys, I met Dr. Humphreys. If it was Dr. Humphreys, they'd be meeting right now. Dr. Humphreys would meet first with the football staff, the AD.
AD Sykes said that she's meeting with all of the students later on today.
Good. That's right. That's what she's supposed. But now she and the president got to be on the same page.
But you know what? But I think, Mr. Ford, on the real, I think they are on the same page. I mean, because in a sense, I don't think he would not even hire that woman if they wasn't gonna be on the same page. Because the first thing he really wanted to fix, because it was an embarrassment. It was a national embarrassment. Was the compliance, getting those kids eligible for the season and stuff. Excuse me, making sure that they had the right classes to take in order for them to graduate. So that was his first thing that he felt like he needed to do, get somebody in to fix the compliance. She did her job as fixing the compliance, and I think she's done a remarkable job. But at the end of the day, like I said, when they started flirting with Willie last season with the South Florida deal, that's when I think that FAMU should have been proactive as far as say, hey, we got to make sure we get this money to this man right here, because what he has done for us is he's done a tremendous job for us. We cannot sit on this. It is just like what Timon is saying. We cannot sit on this. We got to be proactive. So if we got to raise the money to get this man what he needs and get his assistants and his other coaches what they need, do it. Like, and I think it should be done on, and if like for every HBCU, I think if you got a football program, it should be done on every level, every year. Hey, we need to make sure we have this money. So let's just say, like, say for this.
But Mr. Ford, I mean, Mr. Ford and Doc, all that stuff sounds nice. It sounds nice. It really
Come on now, don't be petty.
Oh, I absolutely am. Like, I'm gonna be.
That's why I said you said. That's why I'm saying you sounds nice. Now you about to be petty.
I am gonna be petty because that's what we're supposed to do, Mr. Ford. Do you know how much?
Like I said,
you know how much junk we had to put up with, Mr. Ford?
Yeah, I do. But like I said, I would go ahead on and make. I pull my people together, the administrative staff.
Which coach you looking at? Which coach? Which one?
Well, see, what they've got to do is make a determination. Do you want to stick with the staff you got and appoint one of those people on that staff as a head coach? Do you want to bring in somebody that's totally outside? Okay, they got to see the president. The president, his administrative staff, the athletic administrator, they got to make that decision today. They got to make a decision. Okay, we can't sit here and cry over spilled milk. Okay, Willie Simmons is gone. We don't need to talk about him no more. We can learn from him, but we got to make a determination as where do we go from here? What do we want to do? Do we want to go back to our losing ways? Do we want to continue to be dominant? Do we want to be the top program in HBC? What do you want to do? You know, that's what we got to make a decision on.
What more do you want from me? Oh my God.
You petty.
Oh my God. From me.
Well, like I said, you know, they need to make a decision.
Oh my God.
You petty.
We were doing wigs for Willie, spaghetti plates, taking up donations. When I tell you the family, did you see it, Mr. Ford? All that money raised in less than 48 hours.
Yeah, and I heard they matched the salary, didn't they?
And he already got a car from FAMU. They kept on saying, "Oh, well, they got a car." He already got a car from FAMU. All that hard work and all these meetings that they done pulled together.
What more do you want from me?
Well,
oh my God.
Cream and world's finest chocolate.
Hey, have y'all heard from Dr. Lori?
God.
I have a number. I have a text.
Miss Dr. Lori told us, as a matter of fact, 2 weeks ago. What did she say, Mr. Ford?
She said they was gonna get that money together, get that bag together.
Wait. Why was she even talking about a bag though, when nothing had been announced?
She knew. Listen, that guy had a big listen. The only game they lost was the South Florida game. I think that, what did they finish up? 12-1? Was it 13?
Yeah.
Doc, what were they?
12-1.
12-1. I mean, they were the best program in HBCU 2023. And they knew they were going to get that money together. But I would like to hear from her. Let me call her up. Is Mr. Campbell on here?
You want me to call him to the stage?
Yeah, call Mr. Campbell. What about Blue? Is Blue on here?
Do you know what Mr. Campbell says with his sly talking? See, Mr. Campbell is a smooth talker. So when he comes up here, he's going to say, well, you know, Coach Simmons did something that Dion couldn't do. We went through the forest. We went through the trees. We went through the jungle. And we went through the desert. And we came out up on top. You know? So I'm going to tell him to come up here. But you know he's going to say something.
What is Blue on here?
I'm going to see if
I haven't seen Blue.
What about Brother Bakari? He not on here?
Yeah, Brother Bakari here.
I know I need to hear what Brother Bakari.
What's going on, Mr. Ford?
I said somebody's called him wrong.
What's up? Happy New Year, brother.
Y'all keep me like Candyman. Y'all said my name 3 times and I showed up. Yeah. But what's going on, everybody in the chat? Look, you know what? Like I said, I didn't think Willie would do what Dion did, but him leaving, I didn't want him to leave, but it's him, his life. But I'm gonna tell you something that stick out to me that's more important than that, right? When you look at each one of these states have a cap on how much money they will pay. These right. So now when you look at the people that's donating the Florida State, or I'm gonna come to Mississippi, Ole Miss. Now we know they got FedEx money, but you know, look and see what Nike and all that do for those schools. FAMU playing LeBron's, but what have they done for him? But what I'm saying is, I want to just think about this. Y'all ain't got to, because I know. Just look at yourself and tell me the name of your pants, the name of your shoes, the name of your shirt. I bet you we are supporting people that won't give 15 cents to an HBCU. Think about that. Think about people that we support. So I know Timon said they did the weave for Willie. They did the fried mullet. They did the spaghetti plates. They did all that. We go through all of that.
Well, Brother Bakari, I need to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Now, if you had 5 minutes with the president of Florida A&M and Miss Tiffany Dawn Sykes, would you advise her to stick with the staff? Would you advise her to bring in a new coach from the outside? What direction would you tell her to take the program in from here? What would you tell her?
Stick with the staff, because the players know the staff.
Right.
Maybe your OC or your DC get promoted.
Okay.
And maybe those coaches can retain a lot of those players.
Right.
Like I said, I really don't see Willie doing what Dion did. I really don't see Willie, and I hope they stop this at Jackson State. I'm just saying what I heard now. I don't know, because I ain't seen it. I really hope. And I don't think Willie gonna be sending people from Duke back to FAMU to talk to players, like somebody told me after Jackson State season, they saw Flea and Dancy down there on the campus talking to football players.
Allegedly.
What I'm saying is, I know
it was a fact.
I know somebody who was there, and black people, man, we got to do better than that. We got this. If selling out our culture, we just need to go ahead and say selling out is our culture. Because I even heard some people say Flea and Dancy, once they fled in Colorado, should be allowed to coach amongst HBCU circles. No, we don't want no more sellouts. I don't think Willie is going to do that. I'm more disappointed or hurt than upset, because I don't think Willie, I don't know Willie. Like I said, one of my homeboys went to high school with Willie. Now, he didn't think Willie would take this job. He know Willie. He didn't think Willie would take this job. He said that surprised him that Willie took it. But he said it would be even more of a surprise if Willie was to do what Dion did. He said he just don't see Willie being that type of person, and they love FAMU, even though I think he went to Clemson first. But he was talking about how they love FAMU. You know, he went to school with him down there in Quincy, Florida. But keep somebody from that staff.
Yeah,
those players, and make sure your coach, your assistant coaches, or whoever else on that campus got the balls enough, pardon my French, Timon, on your panel, to keep the coons away, to keep the sellouts away, trying to take our players, unless we gonna just admit sellout is part of our culture. And if selling out is our culture, I understand why we let stuff like that happen. But we got to stop that. We got to stop thinking. I know white folks got some cold ice, but our ice cold too. Ice is ice. Ours cold too. We have to stop thinking that what somebody else have is automatically better. Our people in charge got to stop thinking what other people have is just automatically better. You know the message that's sent to our youth. I'm just saying.
But Brother McCarry, let me ask you this question. Willie Simmons is gone. What's the top football program in the SWAC now?
Well, I was gonna say Jackson State if Willie Simmons had stayed.
Okay. All right. I
think we got something that put us above everybody, and it's me. I say Steve McNair because Steve McNair was in the SWAC, and I will always say the greatest quarterback ever, and I don't even argue about it. But really, the quarterback Jackson State got to look at him and look at Geno Smith. I'm telling you, Jackson State got a star at quarterback, regardless of how people don't want to say it, and they looking for a quarterback battle. That was gonna be the difference, even if Willie Simmons stayed.
Right. I see. Okay.
Not saying the other player, but I'm saying he's gonna be able to do things, make the throws. He's gonna be able to do everything. He's gonna be the difference. Even though
he's impressive, no doubt about it. He's impressive. So the SWAC goes back to Jackson, Mississippi now, right?
It's
Yeah,
always went through
unless
Jackson.
our baby brother. Unless
Not
our
in
baby brother.
2023, it did, Miss Simona.
It's the year of the tiger.
I know, but 2023 was the year of the rattler.
It's the year of the tiger. Now the
In
tiger.
24, okay, 24.
Yeah, go ahead and give it to the tiger.
Okay, where's Mr. Campbell? He's on there, right?
Mr. Campbell's he's over here commenting, but he ain't coming up.
Oh, he ain't coming up. What about Blue?
You think he's Shane? You think
I
he's
don't think
Shane?
Mr. Campbell Shane.
Ain't nothing the same. I just need to know, we want to know what direction. We ain't here to bash Willie Simmons. We trying to see where does FAMU go from here? Do you keep that staff intact? Do you bring in somebody from the outside with his own staff? What do you do? Where do you go from here?
Well, they said that there's a deficit in athletics.
There's a deficit?
Yeah, there's a deficit.
Okay.
Almost $817,000.
Hey, Mr. Ford, you know Ed Reed can get him them resources.
Oh,
You know
Lord.
what?
Lord. Oh.
Ed Reed.
Do we have to hear that name?
I said it.
Sure, you got no choice but to hear it
Yeah, we got to hear that name. Huh?
because his name gonna be in there. It's something that you really can't get away from. I mean, I'm about to go to Willie's coaching staff.
I mean, they keep
So Ryan Smith is the associate head coach.
Yeah, I know him. Yeah,
coach of the defense and the linebackers. So the interim
he
head
should
coach
be defensive assistant coach of the year. He did a great job with that defense.
Then you got the interim head coach is James Cozy III. So
I
my
know him.
thing is,
Yeah, he's from Florida State.
Yeah. So my thing is, if whatever you got right now, you keep that staff intact. You know, like
You have a good staff.
It's a good staff. You
It's
know,
a good staff.
you got an ex-head coach on the staff with James Spady. You got Devon Morgan, who you got Antonio Carter. Doc Gamble is another
Doc is
ex-head
on there.
coach.
Yeah, he's a
Milton
special teams coordinator.
Milton Patterson. You know, and then you got one of the best directors of recruiting in the world.
Yeah, that Rest
in
Press.
the nation is Rest Press. Yes.
Yeah.
And then also you got
Rest Press is not is on.
He's a director of recruiting.
I know, but I think that's Coach Willie Simmons' coach. And if he leaves, he might be going with him.
Nah, he ain't going. That man is
he's not even he's like on a contract basis.
Yeah, that man is Florida through and through. So I'm looking at it like
I think the big difference between Jackson State and FAMU is, I would venture to say that these young men are here to play for FAMU football. So meaning like the cult-like tie to Coach Simmons is not there to the degree that it is for Coach Prime. I would venture to say that. So that means you shouldn't have as many folks going to the portal, but we'll see. But these football players are asking for NIL deals because they saw how quickly the alums could raise money to try to keep a coach, and they're saying, "Give me some of that money." Why are you sending that money to them?
Because it's not earmarked for the students. It's earmarked for the football. The
coaches,
football program.
I understand that. What
I'm just saying for some people
like, oh, okay. So y'all do know how to raise money. So y'all do know how to put money together. So let's get some of that for the NIL deal. To which at that point, when like Cardell, when he starts talking about he wants a piece of the money, or the football players are trying to like hold themselves as ransom, then y'all just need to leave. Like, we're not doing that. I can understand that you guys want NIL deals and you want to be supported, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when you start saying, oh, y'all gonna pay me? Oh, you gonna pay me? Oh, you gonna pay me?
Now, want me to tell you why I don't have a problem with that? Now, maybe he don't need to be public saying it, but I'm gonna tell you why I don't have a problem with that. Because there's too many black folks that done gave their life for black folks and die broke. We don't take care of our own. We got to be able to get the students some if we want them to come there.
I mean, I understand that, but you don't. Now is not the time to do it. You want to know why now is not the time to do it? Because number one, the football coach is leaving, but he's only for running backs. So that don't mean that they got a spot for you on the team. Number two, you are playing with fire, trying to hold money over folks' head, and they don't even have a head coach right now. And you don't know who the head coach is going to be. So depending on who the head coach is, they're not going to tolerate that. I know that for us, an issue at Jackson State was these same players was ho-hum quiet when it was Coach Prime. They wasn't asking for money. They wasn't requesting for these things. As soon as he leaves, they talk about, oh, I want a car. Oh, I want this. Oh, I want that. Excuse me? You want what? Did you ask for these things when Coach Prime was your head coach? You wouldn't dare purse your lips to ask those types of ask from Coach Prime. But now all of a sudden that he's left, now you thinking you head honcho? Go ahead and hop in that transfer portal and see how it works out for you. There's nothing wrong with getting an NIL deal, but you have to go about it the right way. Going online, publicly making statements like that, number one, it doesn't look good for the university. Number two, if anything, it shouts, hey, I'm up for grabs if you got an NIL deal.
Hey,
right?
he's doing like the coaches. That's what the coaches doing.
Come and get me. I need an NIL deal. Come
Hey,
get me.
But my thing is, but here's my thing though on this, right? The NIL deal, yes, I understand it's name, image, and likeness. But most of these coaches not even supposed to give you NIL deals. These coaches are supposed to coach you. My whole thing is you're supposed to be able to see where, find it as far as where to get these deals from, research on different, different companies, different platforms to where you see how much these deals are going to be. It's not up to a school to tell you to get you an NIL deal because the school can't really do that. That's the reason why they got collectors, but it's not tied, it's not going to be tied to the school. So let's just keep it a buck. You want an NIL deal? I'm gonna be just like this. Like if you want something so bad, you're gonna go out there and get it. You get what I'm saying? If you want something so bad, you're gonna go out there and bust your butt for it.
He's asking for it, but it's kind of like that's on FAMU to create a collective, and then who's to say that they don't already have some types of NIL deals going on? It's just how you go about it. You have to go about it a certain type of way. And then I see that people are speaking about FAMU deficit that was underneath AD Sykes, that she's running a deficit. But if you really want to keep it a buck, FAMU has had deficits in their program for quite some time. Like, let's not do that with the AD Sykes stating that she has a. So I'm gonna pull it up, but let's look at this first. FAMU will eliminate men's tennis and cross country programs to balance athletic budget. That was in a part of FAMU's comprehensive plan to balance the FAMU Department of Athletics budget and to cure a projected $2.4 million deficit. And this was in 2019. So in 2019, you had a $2.4 million deficit. And then you guys are trying to point out a deficit under AD Sykes. And it's kind of like, well, 2.4, or if she's only in the red, 817,000, the athletics department allegedly
she did a damn good job to getting it down.
She's doing a lot better than what it's been. So with that being said, I would caution folks playing into narratives that AD Sykes was the cause of a budget when her going into it, there was millions of dollars of deficits over a series of years. This is nothing new. So to point this out and place it underneath her as if some of these things don't take time to correct, meaning AD Sykes, she created and restructured, and we were talking about that, the investment in champions. She's told you how she's going to go about doing it. So, you know, you're going to have to just see.
You know, so Mr. Campbell put something in the chat, right? He said most athletic departments work in the deficit. And
right, but they also have the football program that helps with that.
And that's and what I was about to say, and a lot of times stuff is not reported. If you look up Alabama, for instance, Alabama would say they broke even. They very rarely report where their football program made money. If you read it, they always say they broke even or lost a little money most of the time, all the time.
Yep.
If you look it up, that's what it's going to say. So saying they're in a deficit don't necessarily mean don't necessarily mean they're in a deficit.
It's just saying that they might not just report what they got right now. But you know, in a sense, in a reality, like they've been had out for this woman for the longest. Like, let her do her job. Let her do her job. Like, seriously. If she ain't good if she ain't doing what she's supposed to be doing, then I will understand that, okay, she's not doing what was needed for FAMU, right? For FAMU athletics. Because let's just not forget that she's over a whole athletic department, not just football, but a whole athletic department. So she has to focus on other sports, especially the non-revenue sports, to try to see what they can do to make sure that, like you said, try to either break even or get close to where it's not as much. But from her bit, when she got there, from her fixing up, like I said, fixing the compliance, and then for her to take the deficit from when it was like a little bit over $2 million down, now it's down to $800,000 as a deficit. She's doing a damn good job of at FAMU. So,
and just looking at the numbers, it looks like they have on this line this 2023-2024 expense budget to actuals. If you look on here, all
right, Mr. Rattler said he drop the link.
Okay, they have debt repayment, athletics, and debt repayment foundation that accumulates to, like, I don't know, almost $375,000. So it looks like they didn't utilize any of that in the budget to actually pay for it. So there's some type of debt that they already had incurred that they're supposed to be paying on. So, and then we also have to realize that when you're in the you have to restructure some things after COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And they've went through a lot of ADs. You saw in that letter that he had, it was over 4 ADs since 2018. They've had
in his time when he was there, but overall they done went through probably 20
just talking
ADs.
about just his.
But just his time. But I'm saying that overall, the last 21 years, they have been through like 18, 19 ADs.
So there's a couple of other things. We got some more folks entering the chat. So I'm gonna just shut up, I guess. We got Jerome and Bishop Detective Captain Campbell. So I'm gonna let Jerome go first, and then we'll have none other than Bishop Detective Captain Campbell.
Hey, first of all, Happy New Year, Happy 24 to everyone. I just want to jump in on that tail end of that conversation. So of course we know their AD is new. I think she's been on the job a year or less than a year. So it's kind of hard to say, as far as results so far. So my My qualm is not with her because she's new. My qualm is with the administration of FAMU. Me personally, you guys know my stance on this. I still feel to this day we never should have let either of those Florida schools into the SWAC for a lot of different reasons. But from a business acumen standpoint, if you are historically operating under a large deficit, and yes, most athletic departments do, I don't think joining another conference in which you have no cultural ties to and you're far away from majority, I'd say 90% of the conference, it just didn't make any sense to join the conference thinking that you would make a big dent in a lot of the areas that you need improvement in. With FAMU's, of course, history of NCAA violations and APR struggles, et cetera, in a grander conversation, I feel as though the SWAC Council of Presidents, in my personal opinion, the commissioner who works for the SWAC Council of Presidents, I feel that I'm not going to say he manipulated, but he took advantage of the fact that at that time in 2019 or 2020, the SWAC presidents, it was kind of unstable. We didn't have a slew of presidents on the job who were in place for more than 5 or 6 years. I think President Eugenie from Alabama A&M was probably the longest tenured president at that time. So I feel as though the commissioner kind of took advantage of that, and we just kind of slid the, no pun intended, the Florida schools into the conference. But when you're looking at logistics and operations and just their history of financial issues between Cookman and then, of course, Florida A&M, issues with compliance, this was not a good move. And I'm saying this as we move forward because this Willie Simmons situation in a couple months is going to pale in comparison to possible NCAA stuff. So we need to have a bigger conversation and hold our SWAC Council of Presidents' feet to the fire because they're the ones who are really calling the shots. The commissioner, of course, reports to those presidents. We can't allow this, y'all, because it's bad PR, it's bad branding for our conference. Now, yes, you know, the focus right now is on FAMU, but this is ridiculous. Y'all got to remember, FAMU's been dealing with this stuff really for over 20 years. I've been following FAMU since they were in the MEAC, when I was an undergrad in the early 2000s. And they've had the same compliance issues, and they just can't seem to get right. So as SWAC alumni, when are we going to stand up and demand a sense of accountability towards the commissioner and the SWAC Council of Presidents? This is embarrassing. Not just, you know, I'm not talking about today, I'm talking about all the stuff that's going to come out in the next couple of months. So adding these schools that have no cultural ties to our conference and they're far away, which is, of course, going to exacerbate our funds on already cash-strapped HBCUs in the Deep South, it just didn't make any sense. Especially given that FAM and Bethune-Cookman, neither one, I could see if they were winning MEAC All Sports Awards like Norfolk State and A&T were doing. They weren't dominant athletic departments in the MEAC. So why would we bring them? They're not bringing like an ass load of fans to our stadiums. They're not bringing their band everywhere. Like, what do we get out of this? So that's why I am. But with respect to the deficit, yes, all athletic departments operate under a deficit, but it just didn't make any sense to exacerbate that by potentially joining another conference. You got to go to Prairie View, Texas, and Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and Houston, Texas, et cetera. That's ridiculous. It's about the same distance to Dover, Delaware, Greensboro, and the DMV. So we got to demand better accountability as we move forward. Again, this is not just with respect to Willie Simmons leaving today. This is with respect to what's going to come in the next couple months. And people can get on here and try to deny, oh, we're good with APR. No, you're not. Because there's no way that a team year over year can report a 52-point swing, an increase in their APR score. It's never been done before. And you mean to tell me that's magically been done under a first-year AD? Man, get out of here. We know what's coming. So SWAC alumni need to get on board and hold these folks' feet to the fire. Now, I don't know what the bylaws look with respect to the SWAC, but there's got to be something to removing schools, man, because this is bad. And people can joke and clown all they want. This is bad. It's real talk, man. I'm starting to get pissed off by all the stuff that's kind of trickling out over the last 30 minutes. My buddies at FAMU who are not afraid to speak up. It's some wild stuff going to come out. And we have nobody to blame but the SWAC commissioner. I said my piece.
Mr. Campbell?
I'm going to say Happy New Year before I even get started. And Jerome, I'm serious because I do like you, and you're smart, but this ain't band talk here. So I'm gonna, you had the band talk, and I shut up because I didn't know band stuff. Because I'm not a band guy, but I do know this. So all that you just said is wrong. So first of all, I'm gonna give you a geography list because I know you're smart. First of all, Jackson is closer to Tallahassee than Greensboro is, driving. Okay. Second of all, historically, we have played all of these schools more so than we played the schools in MEAC. So historically, so wait. I let you talk. Let me talk. I let you go. I let you say all this stuff that's wrong. Okay. So I'm gonna let you finish. Okay. So secondly, let's be clear on this. Part of the reason why FAMU came to the SWAC, because the conference also likes to look at academic profiles, which FAMU has the best academic profile by a big margin. Okay. Second of all, we have won several championships. We actually have more conference championships than over. You got that nice little band of things got 160. We got 169. So overall, when you talk about the pro and the name FAMU, that is the reason why they brought it. So closer, again, we're closer to Alabama A&M, Alabama State, Jackson, Southern than any of the MEAC schools. We don't have anything in common with those schools. That's the reason when FAMU came, you saw the energy. So that's the first thing. Now let's talk about the APR thing. You know what, FAMU? Wait a minute. Because you talked a lot. So let me go through your points. Because you said this is outrageous. I can't believe it. You know what? You were right. Your opinion. Well, I'm gonna tell you what. Let me tell you this. What's not outrageous is that you brought in the number one public HBCU that's in the top 100, and everybody else is in the 300s. Okay, that means something.
This is one that has the conference, we're not talking academics.
Well, no, but hold on. But I'm trying to give you the overall perspective because you said I can't believe why they brought him in. Okay, I'm trying to explain this to you. So let me answer. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Let him finish, Jerome.
Let me finish. Yeah, because you talk and I didn't cut you off.
Go through each one of your.
Because you went. So
he's
for now,
go through each one of his.
Now, as somebody who understands, when you say blue bloods of football, blue bloods, there's Jackson State, there's Grambling, there's Southern, and there's FAMU. Now, you might not know this, but anybody that knows HBCU knows that. So now in your conference, you have 4 of the blue bloods. And the only one that's sitting out there that you can kind of add, which is Tennessee State, who has that legacy, and the next tier, it would be South Carolina State. So you have 4 of the football blue bloods historically down now in one conference. That means something, because that's when you can go sell television deals and things like that. Because when Jackson State and FAMU play is a better TV deal than Jackson State when they play Arkansas Pine Bluff. That's just a fact. That is just point blank money. Now, let's go to the APR. You know what? You're right. We have had more doggone ADs than Future got baby mamas. That has been a struggle. You are so right, my brother. And that is a dysfunction of how can you be so great academically in the
struggle on the athletic side. So my thing is, the APR is a rolling four-year program. All right, 4 years. So what will happen is, when the next one comes out, it's going to be, we'll probably be at 920. They're going to ask for a waiver, and they'll get it. And then going forward, because we did not have a compliance officer of people all in hand, and we'll be fine. So no, we're not going to have a 900 APR. We'll probably be at a 920. You get away, and if you know this, you should know that. So that's just a fact, man. So when you sit back there that we're bringing SWAC down, are you crazy? I mean, come on now. I understand that we like to talk and all that, but Jerome, you better than that. You're better than that to make that statement that FAMU does not bring gravitas and weight to this conference, because it does. So for you to then go back and say people don't care, well, I'll tell you one thing: people definitely care at Alabama State when we played them. People definitely care when we played the Southern. And again, look at all the stuff. And like I said, and see, bro, I'm from Jackson. So you can't run this hustle on me. I'm from Jackson. And don't tell me that FAMU and Jackson State did not matter. Because people care. When good teams play each other, they care. It's no different than LSU and Alabama. Because Auburn is their natural rival. But when the good team rival comes, like LSU and Alabama, people care because they want to see that matchup. So that does bring something to the conference. So if you want to sit back and say that we're bringing down the conference, then I can see, and I'm not going to see my grandfather, again, I say this, I'm never going to disrespect the education of Jackson State because they have a mission. But don't try to act like FAMU doesn't bring something to the table and they're going to mess stuff up. Come on, man. You're better than that, Jerome. You're better than that. And that argument falls on deaf ears for anybody that knows sports and anybody that knows how a conference is built. Because a conference is built two ways. They're built academically and athletically. And FAMU brought both of those together. And for you to sit back and say that we are like we're in Hawaii somewhere, when I can drive closer and get to Jackson and I can get to Greensboro. So, of course, they wanted to break the president because last I checked, these guys are kind of smart. And they all voted unanimously to bring FAMU in. So come on, man. So like I said, yeah, I understand this is a Jackson State channel and stuff like that, but you're talking about FAMU stuff. So I got to set the record straight on that. And now let me get to the AD. I want to be clear why people are all upset. Because what happens is she was not one of the top 5 candidates. Okay? This is a fact. You can research this. The president chose her. He is the president. He has a right to choose who he chooses. But we also have a right to say, okay, if you're going to hire this person that went outside the norms of where we're hiring, then we're going to expect things. So when we see our coach, which has been reported, they're saying, hey, I want to get a raise and I want to do this. And then for alumni who have no problem raising the money, as you guys can see, we got the largest endowment in the SWAC. The money is nothing for FAMU people. And then you wait until Friday night to have a call.
Mr. Campbell, your sound changed.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, that's better. That's way
Yeah,
better.
I'm sorry, my headset must have went dead.
So you got to start from the point where you were saying that about that you said that the AD was chosen by the president, which is his choice.
Right. So the point was the whole process, and this is where we can't tell people what to do because that's not our job. Alumni, which you guys know, is to support the school and their mission. So now he hires this woman outside of, she wasn't even one of the top 5 candidates. Fine, I ain't got nothing to do with that. So now we're going to hold you accountable. Now let's move forward with Coach. Coach comes and says, hey, might want to get a raise. She says for whatever, hey, you know what? Maybe we'll wait till after the Celebration Bowl. But here is the thing. If you know our coach is thinking about leaving and it's money, when we have the money, as you guys saw, that was light work. We got $1 million if we needed it. Because I'm telling you what I know. But you don't wait until the last minute and then you have it where you go to the alumni and say, hey, if we get this, our coach will come back, we raise all this money, and then the coach walks out. Because then what should have happened? That conference call we had at 3:45, we should have been announcing our new coach. We thank Coach Simmons. We appreciate Coach Simmons. And here's our new coach. Because you knew 2 weeks ago this could happen. Because the money wasn't a problem. But you wait because you can get all in the videos, do all the dancing. But the first time we saw our AD was that point today at 3:45. You guys have a great AD. Your AD talks all the time. I see Ashley Robinson all the time speaking about Jackson State first, blazing trails, new traditions. I've heard that. I understand that. It should be the exact same thing for FAMU. We should not wait until the last minute and then have this discussion where Willie's gone. When you know, we should have had a short list. She should have went to the stakeholders, say, if Coach Simmons leaves, here are the people I've already interviewed. This happens all the time. You call the agent and say, hey, just let you know, if this happens, would your guy be interested? Oh, yeah, my guy would be interested in it. Okay, we'll let you know. What would your guy want? And have that already ready to go. So that's the thing that we're upset about. So my only thing is my pushback for you to sit back and say that we're some detriment to the conference is, first of all, frankly, insulting.
Is it gone? Timona, y'all still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Mr. Ford, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Sorry. Do y'all want to say something while?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So let me say this: everything that he mentioned on the front end, it benefits FAMU. It doesn't benefit Jackson State. It doesn't benefit the rest of the SWAC. He said they're closer to Greensboro than they are to Jackson. We got to remember, prior to y'all joining the SWAC, Jackson State's furthest trip in our division was to Huntsville. And that's only 5 hours away. You're looking at Prairie View, who had to take 2 trips to Tallahassee this year. That's 11 and a half hour trip. To Houston, that's an 11-hour trip. To Pine Bluff, Arkansas, that's a 10-hour trip. There's no benefit for our SWAC schools having these Florida schools in our conference. Number 2, as it pertains to academic relevance, even A&T alumni dismantled that argument that the AD and their president put out there as to why they joined the Big South, and then, of course, subsequently the CAA. Academics has nothing to do with, let's say, a strive to get to R1 status or anything in that regard, because as we know, Howard University was R1 back in the early 2000s and late 90s. So academics has nothing to do with your athletic prowess. Number 3, as it pertains to of course, when it comes to the distance, that clearly, when you're talking about already cash-strapped HBCUs in the Deep South, that's not helping us. If we got to travel further now to go to Tallahassee and to the Daytona Beach, and we're not talking about just football. This is an athletic association. So we're talking about all sports. And travel costs are already increasing since COVID. All these things are real numbers, real facts, taking all the emotions and semantics out of the equation. As it pertains to games that actually mean something, man, I'm going to be real with you. The Jackson State FAMU game, it doesn't mean a whole lot to Jackson State people. You mentioned Southern University. That, y'all, I mean, to be honest, that's kind of an argument where Southern University fans are kind of still, it's not holding weight in 2023. Because when you look at the attendance, wait. Because when you look at the attendance of FAMU versus Southern, since y'all came to the SWAC, it's been abysmal. The visitor side is not even nearly packed. So that lets you know that game doesn't matter to their fans or their students. So what I'm saying is, again, taking all the semantics and what used to be from the 80s and the 90s, okay, that's cool. But now in 2023, it's a whole different animal. And we're different. Like we're dealing with a whole set of these
Jerome, first of all, Southern and FAMU sold out in Tallahassee. So that's the first thing. Second of all, now, since you want to talk this, now I'm going to talk business, because I went to the business school. So here's the thing. When you put on, because you know the biggest money we're trying to get is TV contracts, right? So you know what drives TV contract? Name brands. So when you see the SEC, they put Alabama, LSU, Georgia, Florida. They don't put Vanderbilt and Kentucky. So when our commissioner goes negotiate, you know what he says? We got big brand FAMU, big brand Jackson State, big brand Southern, big brand Grambling. That's what he says. And I know this for a fact. So for you to sit back and say that doesn't matter, like I said, we ain't in the 20th century. TV and linear and social media matters. So when you've got these brands that people want to watch on TV, and you keep talking about, well, people ain't going to no game. Well, I don't know who you talking to, because you weren't at the game. I was.
You're talking about the game in 2019 when y'all sold out when you was still in the MEAC versus Southern? Yeah, that game sold out. But since you're going to SWAC, the game is not sold out.
They did 20K this year at Southern, in all honesty.
That's what I'm saying. See, that's what I'm saying. See, Jerome, you got to.
I watched the game. They did 20K.
That's what I'm saying. Listen. That's why I'm not going to listen. To see Jerome, listen. I ain't got no problem. Now, if you're going, we can have the trash talking conversation, or we can have the faction. Which one you want to have? Because I'm good at both.
We can do both.
See, well, let's stick to the facts, okay? Because for you to sit back and say, okay, listen, I'm going to go back to the higher level. For our TV contracts, which we negotiated, HBCU go with it, we still trying to figure out what the money is. Part of that discussion was why he did that deal is because he said, I have FAMU as a brand. I have Southern as a brand. I have Jackson State as a brand. I have Grambling as a brand. I'm going to be able to sell those games that people are going to want to watch. That's a fact. Now that's business 101. Now you do know that, right?
Absolutely. I also know that the viewership for the Celebration Bowl was the lowest in its history, but go ahead.
Well, okay. Well, here's the thing. What I will also say then, So now I'm glad you said that, because see, I work in metrics. You know what I'm saying? The metric is all relative to what the daily metric is. So if you do know, all the bowls were down, right? All the viewership was down, but we were still third overall in that day. And we were still had the highest attendance behind y'all. So you can do all that talking, but the number is still the number. So if there's no other things challenging you, yes, you should have more people watching. Absolutely. But again, on that day, we were third overall. And that's what matters, because you sell for today. And that's how that works. So you can do all that talking, bro, and try to twist this thing around. But see, I come with facts. So first of all, you say the Southern people, wait a minute. Because, you talk, and then it's abysmal, and they need to vote. Jerome, stop.
They do need to vote. Look, if you poll majority of the SWAC alumni, they're going to side with what I am saying. Nobody cares. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. When it comes to logistics and culture, and when it comes to travel, most white people would have said we would have been better off either with a Tennessee State or a Tuskegee. Nobody is vouching for the Florida schools. And what I'm saying is, with respect to the amount of negative attention that I'm speaking about, all the different scandals that FAMU has had just since joining the SWAC is bananas. Listen, it's nothing new. That's just what y'all do historically. Aside from being America's #1 public HBCU and all that, that's cool. But I'm talking about, since we're talking about brand and we're talking about marketing, all those things matter. And what's ahead in the next couple months with the NCAA, that stuff matters to our brand in the SWAC. Because to be honest with you, we have not had this type of struggle or this type of negative attention since y'all have come to the conference.
Okay, wait a minute, now, Jerome. Okay, now, and I'm gonna say this with respect. Negativity comes from the people that you're around and who promotes it. We saw a man who came into a conference that coached the team that I grew up with and the school you attended, and trashed and said that they stole, that people were murdered, and things like that. You guys have had 3 presidents that, for God knows whatever reason, can't do what they're supposed to do. And you think that's not negative, but you know what? Jackson State still moves on. Jackson State still strong. Wait. No.
We're talking about a school culture. We're talking about a school culture, not an individual president, not an individual coach. We're talking about a school culture.
You can't say school culture because, first of all, again, you cannot say anything about FAMU's school culture that I cannot turn around and say about anybody else in the SWAC. So let me tell you this about what the people in the SWAC, bro. I'm gonna keep trying to tell you. I have sponsored Grambling. I have sponsored Alcorn. I have sponsored Jackson State. I have done contracts. So let me tell you something. I have talked to people. So I know all of y'all. I am y'all. My kids went to these schools. So don't come to me like I'm some outsider and don't know what I'm talking about. So all of that, man, I get that. That is, Jerome, that is just pure trash. Because the presidents who understood the value of FAMU and what they understood, and that's why FAMU came in. But I want to move on because what we're doing, we're having an opinion talk. I want to get back to what Timona's point and the reason why I called in about the AD and what was going on. Because this, to me, y'all can have, like, I'll get off just live and y'all can have your Jack State. I don't give a shit about FAMU call. Let me get back to what my point is, because none of this just you saying is nothing but your opinion. And you allowed to have it. But there's no need for me, as me and you as black men, to be going back and forth to seeing who's smarter. You're very smart, and I'm not as smart. So I'll leave it at that. Okay. So let's move on from this, because this is food.
And I just want to make a statement. This is not a drag down on FAMU. It was never that type of live. But
it's cool. Okay, no, it's cool. No. But I'm talking about what me and Jerome are doing. What me and Jerome are doing is wasting time. Because, like I said, because what he's doing is, first of all, he's speaking from his opinion, and I'm going to keep it respectful like that. He has a right to it, and I'm going to let him have. This is America. But the rest of that is no need of me refuting it, because all he's going to say is another opinion. Because all of his has been opinion, other than the APR struggle, which I acknowledge, but I told you how it was going to be fixed. So I'm bigger than that, bro. So we can move on. I want to get back. I want to address the thing, because the question was asked about the AD. Should we give her a chance? We are going to get. Ain't nobody trying to fire her, but I think people do want to hold her accountable because of how this thing went down. Because again, Willie has rebuilt the FAMU brand. I was there in those dark days when FAMU was 1-10 and 3 and this and all that, and that brand should have been better than that. Willie rebuilt that brand. We appreciate that. Now it's up to the AD to do like your AD does, to promote the brand correctly. And that's what so we can look at Jackson and say, you see how that AD over there is doing it? We need you to do the exact same thing. because we got the resources, which we do. We have the name and cachet, which we do, and we expect you to do it. But when you sit back and do not allow the alumni to support the effort, and we find out at the very last minute of what is going on, that is not acceptable. That is not how you do good business. And for people, when you got these big money people, which I am not, but when they're calling me and saying, Steve, we got $500,000 for FAMU if they need it. But why we've just found out that our coach didn't get a contract extension and things like that. You got to let these stakeholders know that. So coach said, you know what? I want to go to be a Power 5 coach. There's no problem. Nobody, that's what I'm saying. Nobody for FAMU is real. I'm telling you, I'm FAMU. Nobody is crying about that. They ain't going to be we going to be all right videos and stuff like that. People move on. The problem is what we want to know is what was the next step. If we knew Willie was going to move on, who was the guy so we can put the money, because we want to keep this train on the track, because we do want to brag that it did feel good to hoist that trophy and say we're HBCU national champions. It's only one other school in SWAC has done it. That's Grambling. And I sponsored them during that year. So I was there on that ride when they did that. So I know how that feels. I've been around Jackson State, and I know how much it hurt me as a Jacksonian to see Jackson State not win those games. That hurt me. That hurt me as a Jacksonian. So I understand the good and the bad on both sides. So to answer your question is that no, we're not going to settle for less from FAMU when we have raised all this money that we raised, and we can raise $1 million more in 24 hours. If this AD is not ready to get the right coach and let people and stakeholders know that what it is. So that's the thing. But like I say, the rest of that, should FAMU be in the SWAC? Because guess what? We here. We ain't going nowhere. Just telling you that right now. We here and we ain't going nowhere.
Mr.
So
Campbell, I got a question for you. It's Doc. Got a question for you. Who you think should be the next head football coach for FAMU? Give me your top three candidates for you.
Well,
just your opinion.
Well, so here's the thing. I put this on social media, and Timona, like I said, everybody knows Timona and I talk. I love Timona. That is my HBCU niece. I said KJ Black right off the rip. Because what I like about KJ Black is that he was under Willie. He knows those players that are already, and he knows the coaching staff. But what I also like is that he's been out there to the Rams. So under Sean McVay, and I'm pretty sure he's learned something under Sean McVay. And you know what he can say to recruits? Guys, I've been over here on the NFL staff. I know what they're looking for. I've had Xavier Smith to be on this practice squad, which usually doesn't happen for a player to stay on the practice squad the whole year like that. So that means he's working with this guy, making sure he's doing so he can be ready. So I like KJ Black. Then you got Quinn Gray. He's a FAMU legend. I totally understand if they want Quinn Gray and things like that, that's it. But those are the two guys. Now, Coach Roll, he is a South Florida legend. Everybody knows Coach Roll and things like that. But I just want the young guy that I think projects well, that is going to be able to go to those recruits and have an offensive mind, because we in Florida, the defense is going to take care of itself. You can find brothers that can run fast and hit in Florida all day long. What is going to separate us is who can run an offense to, like I say, to beat Jackson State, to beat Alabama State, to beat Southern. Because that's what it's going to come down to. Because all of us going to have defense, but who can execute on the offensive side? So for me, it would have to be KJ Black first, Quinn Gray second, and then anybody else after that.
Mr. Ford, do you have a question for Mr. Campbell, because you wanted him to come up here? Mr. Ford. Let me see. Mr. Ford?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Do you have any questions for Mr. Campbell?
No, I was just saying that FAMU left the SIAC, I think, about 1978 or 79. We thought at that time that they were going to join the SWAC, but they joined the MEAC. Now, geographically, it's a better fit for FAMU to be in the SWAC than it is the MEAC. And I've always felt that once FAMU joined the SWAC, it made the SWAC a super conference. It had the same, like I think Mr. Campbell pointed out, it had the same footprint as the SEC, but the SEC has South Carolina. And I thought it was a great move when FAMU joined the SWAC. It's something that we thought should have been done 40 years ago.
Easy. That's what I'm saying. Anybody that knows football, Mr. Ford, and knows HBCU football, and I told people that I got on FAMU's campus in 1988, and I looked around it and I saw nobody coming from Delaware State, nobody coming from North Carolina A&T, and all that. And Brooks, I'll give you a thing. I took people from and my classmates, my freshman classmate, because we're at the game, right? And I'm sitting up here like, what is this shit? This is horrible. And I took them to a Grambling game and Jack State's homecoming. And I said, this is what I grew up with. This is where it's supposed to be. But you know why it's like that? To your point, Brooks, it is the culture, because those schools and things like that. I said, FAMU needs to have the same energy when we play. We're never going to have that with North Carolina A&T because it's too far. We're never going to have that with Howard. It's too far. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. You're talking about geography. I understand the geography. I drove it all the time. And I understood what it meant. And I knew about the brands, the band. I mean, I know y'all hate the Marching 100 over here. That's fine. But the Marching 100 is still the Marching 100. I like to see the Marching 100 and Boom go at each other. That's what people know. They know those big brand names. The Sonic Boom, the Marching 100. So all of that fit. And FAMU should have been, and when I was in 1988, should have been in SWAC 35 years ago.
Yeah,
That's
I thought it should have been. When they left the SIAC in 78,
Exactly.
I thought they should have joined the SWAC.
Yeah, and anybody that knows SWAC football, HBCU football would know that. But like I said, again, I understand that people, some people come to 2000 and stuff, like they don't understand some of this stuff because they weren't born. So I get it. Ain't no problem with that. Just say you don't know, but don't come back and say this is what it is because you come from 2000 on up. Man, come on. No, I can't. I just, like I say, I saw the greatness. I know what the greatness of the. No.
All right, here's the thing, man. And this is not emotions. This is not me coming in the 2000s. If you talk to most SWAC alums, they're going to side with everything I just said. Y'all don't belong in the SWAC. Culturally, you're not a good fit.
That's
geographically, you're not a good fit.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. Well, yeah, let's move on because I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna take my shot at you as somebody who's done contract with these schools, and you know what they say? I'm glad y'all here. And I've had the jokes, so I can say the same thing. So that's your opinion, but I can tell you, I can get ADs on the phone, I can get vice president this and all this. So man, stop. Let's. Okay, Brooks, you got it. I'm gonna let you have it. Okay.
Well, let me just say this. I'm a Grambling graduate, and when I was growing up, my hometown is 50 miles from Florida A&M's campus. The games we always went to, this starting in the 60s, Florida A&M always played Grambling, Jackson State, Southern, Alabama State, Alabama A&M, and Bethune-Cookman were in the SIAC with them. So really, when Florida A&M joined the SWAC, they really brought back the old SIAC. And the major three that they always played, they just became conference. Because like I said, see, we knew about the J-Sets as far back as the 70s because everybody was looking forward to seeing them. But FAM has always played Southern. Now, the Southern rivalry goes back as far as the 40s. The Jackson rivalry, I think, goes back as far as the 50s or maybe earlier. But the Grambling rivalry, Grambling used to play Florida A&M in the Orange Blossom Classic. So they go way back. So I thought it was a natural fit. That's why I said, to me, when you can go from Houston, Texas to Daytona Beach, Florida, that's a super conference.
That's how you build a conference TV-wise. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I know Jerome is super smart to understand that there's a bigger level to this. And then talking about this stuff that people do in the Ritz and on Facebook and stuff like that. When we talk business, from a business standpoint, come on, man. Having
a super conference is great in theory. But we're talking about HBCUs in the Deep South. We're looking at an HBCU FAMU that in Jackson State, we couldn't even raise that level of money that these coaches are asking for. And that's on the smaller end as we're talking about travel. So having a super conference, that's great in theory. But let's deal with the reality. Let's look at facts. We can't afford to continue the same model moving forward in the next decade. Because I promise you, when you're looking at Valley and UAPB and some of the other schools with smaller budgets, something is going to have to give. And we're going to look back.
The main thing is what I've been preaching. Jerome, I've been saying is get rid of them divisions. Get rid of them divisions.
Well, you know what?
But why should we get rid of the? Wait, why should we get rid of the divisions?
Yeah,
because we decided to add some Florida schools. That's asking.
No. Wait, hold on. Because okay, so I'm gonna be a jackass. Then see, because you don't even you know that in the SWAC, the Alabama schools weren't even in SWAC. You do know that, right? And UAPB wasn't there. So you want to just go back to the old school SWAC? It was, just all the way from Texas and, Texas Southern Prairie View, and then kick the Alabama schools out too. Because since we're talking about travel and stuff like that and everything, let's just cut it all. Let's just go back to the old SWAC.
It was always Texas. It was always Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi.
Period. It started in Texas. Yeah,
so that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. It doesn't. So for you. So you know what I'm saying. If you don't understand growth And we're not talking, and I'm not talking about from the river to the sea where we're going from North Carolina to Texas. That's to me, but there's no way you're going to sit back with Mr. Ford explain to you, which I already knew, and things like that, that you're going to sit back and say 6 hours from FAMU to Jackson is really going to be a problem on the count when you again negotiate the TV deals based off of the name of the school. That why do you think Texas and Oklahoma are coming to the SEC? Why do you think they're bringing UCLA and USC to the Big Ten? Because
they can
names
afford
matter.
it. They can afford it.
No.
They can't afford that.
No. What they're doing, no, the deal. No, listen. What my point of, they're doing the deal because of TV. That's the same reason why FAMU is coming to the SWAC to make a better TV deal. That's what that's about. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand, young brother. This is what this is about. This is about money. All that stuff that you're talking about, that the people, the alumni don't like, and all that, man, that don't move the meter. That don't move the meter. The move the meter is when he goes in there and goes to ESPN, hopefully next time, and say, yo, give us $20 million. And we go to HBCU, we're supposed to get to $12 million every year because we have brands that you can sell that people are going to watch. And what I'm telling you is, I know this for a fact. When you got these name brands and you can mix school A to school B, then you can sell advertising because people know those brands. And that's what that's about. Not none of that stuff that you're talking about because alumni don't like FAMU. Okay, great. I'm glad alumni. You know what? I tell you what I heard on Paul Feynman. You know what? They really hate the fact that Vanderbilt is still in the SEC. I was just listening to that, and I thought it was funny. I think I told Timona this about Keyshawn Johnson. He's gone that them white folks hate it because they don't bring any value. But it doesn't matter. They're there. So it's about the value overall. So again, that's what my thing is. So if you want to go to that point, since you know history, then cut the Alabama schools out. Then you can really make it. Everybody can be home at night. Because that's what it used to be in the old SWAC. You could leave during the day and get back home at night. That used to be their motto, actually. Other than the Texas schools, you don't know that. I do because I drove those roads.
Yeah, when it comes down, I'm gonna be real with you. You gotta understand, five church schools in Prairie View made up the SWAC back in the 1920s. Then you got so many, you had so much movement in, within the conference where you had Langston come in, you had Houston Tillotson come in, you had, the last church school to even be in the SWAC was Bishop College, and they left out. So
so was Wiley College. Wasn't Wiley
College?
Wiley College
was like the very last school in the conference to be in the conference that was church supported and that was private, and they couldn't hang with all the state supported schools. So that's the reason why they bowed out. So you can say we're not talking about the 1920s, but I'm just giving you the rundown because you don't y'all think I don't know nothing. I know more than what you was, but more than what you think. You think I don't know. So my whole thing is you got to know the history of your conference before you even speak on the conference. You got to understand Arkansas Pine Bluff came in the conference back in the 40s or the 50s, and then they didn't come back until 1997.
Right.
You got to understand that Alabama A&M didn't come into the conference until 1999. They was part of the SIAC. You got to understand.
And A&M came in, 82? When did Alabama State came in 82,
Alabama
I think.
State came in.
And that's what I'm saying. Those are the SWAC folks. You know what I'm saying? Usual SWAC people. That's what I'm saying. What SWAC people you talking about? What SWAC people you talking about?
You got to understand.
Man, come on.
Schools, like Southern was the first public school other than Prairie View to come into the SWAC in the 30s.
Yeah.
They are other than Prairie View, they are the other oldest public school in this conference. Then you got Grambling, then you got Jackson, and then you got Alcorn, then you got Valley. Like it goes down the line. The last two schools, y'all gotta understand. Bringing Bethune-Cookman bringing in FAMU and Bethune-Cookman was a package deal. We all know Bethune-Cookman is a private school. They are the only private. They are the only private school in this conference, and they're the first private school to come back into this conference since the 60s.
And then this is the thing too, because if we just want to do that, and this is the thing, and Jackson and Alcorn never going to do this, because if we want to play the number, who should be in there and whatever, then Valley shouldn't be in the SWAC. But Valley is never, because Jackson State will never leave Valley, and no, they shouldn't. They shouldn't. So I get it. So again, overall, the SWAC is never been as strong as it is with the
Right.
name brands and the teams, and that's a
Right.
fact. I ain't
Right.
talking about who don't like me or who likes
Right.
somebody.
And the
Nobody
money
cares
that's
about
being made,
it, man, the money is
made,
being made.
that's
So
being
like I
made.
say, that is like I say, let's talk business, man. Let's all this what those SWAC alumni don't like that. SWAC alumni, one thing I'm challenging all SWAC alumni because y'all have done it, FAMU has not done it. Go raise a couple of $100,000 a day so we can get on the business of football, basketball, and all this other stuff. Then we ain't got to worry about none of these white folks. That's why I'm
Hey,
challenging everybody. Do
hey,
that.
you know what, Mr. Campbell, you said on the business. You know what? I agree with what you just said, things we can do for ourselves. But I'm also a firm believer in, I'm gonna say it again, look at your clothes and see who name on you. Man, start boycotting these people. I'm gonna say we support people that don't support us. Everybody walking around with Levi. Now I'm saying everybody. I'm not including everybody because my kids laugh at me. I don't wear no name brand. The only thing I had to go get me some shoes because the 15, I got them $15 shoes. That's what kind they were. $15 messed up my feet.
Well, let me say this, Mr. Russell Haynes. You said Atlanta is MEAC country. How can Atlanta be MEAC country when Howard didn't bring 100 fans to the last Celebration Bowl? How can this be? How can this be MEAC country? You listen. I remember when South Carolina State and North Carolina A&T came here to play in that. It was at a 100 black men. That game didn't draw 25,000. How can Atlanta be MEAC country? I done told you over and over. This second Tallahassee.
Yeah, like I say, this that's why I just they don't know. I don't even understand even the discussion on this. So Timona, too, I wanted to, like I say, about the AD. That's where people they want to hold her accountable. They want to see a succession plan that people can feel good about because they've raised all this money. They want to know what's going to be done with that money now because we're not going to pay anybody $500,000 like we're going to pay. Willie deserved that money. So Willie deserved that. So I don't expect us to pay the next coach that money because he has not earned that. So my thing is we'll get back into the mean of what a coach, whatever their caliber is, we'll pay them the $300,000 like we should. I think we should use some of that money to make sure.
Shouldn't it be more than 300,000 though?
Well, what is everybody else making? It should be what the mean is.
That's the FC. That's basically. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, that's basically how much FCS make.
Yeah, that's the mean.
They're making between 330 and 400,000.
They on the same level with the rest of the FCS coaches.
Yeah,
they're on the same level with the rest of the SEC coaches. But I'm gonna tell you again, people don't like what I'm saying, but I'm gonna tell you, you're talking about business. Stop supporting these damn people that won't support y'all, that don't support us. Stop giving them your money. I know that's gonna be hard because everybody want to be fresh. Somebody want to wear some Louis. Somebody want to wear whatever the hell. Stop giving people your money who won't do a damn thing for you. Why is that so hard for us to comprehend? Because I'm gonna tell you something. Look at our communities. Who support a black business other than black people for the most part? Every now and then you get some black business that get support from somewhere else. People don't support us, but we constantly go support other people.
Yes, we do.
So if you want this money from these other folks, because I'm gonna tell you, I want all their money just like they get all our money. I ain't going out here begging. I ain't doing none of that. But one thing for sure, two things for certain. Don't fam you wear Nike. They playing LeBrons, don't they? What a Nike done for? I'm just saying, I'll put on AN1. Look what AN1 did for Jackson State. Look what AN1 Under Armour. I'm sorry, Under Armour. Look what they did for Jackson State.
Okay, but I feel like, okay, so Texas Southern was offering $313,000 for their coach, right?
Yeah.
I feel like that FAMU should be at least at 325.
What I'm saying, that's my point, Timon. Wait, I don't mean to cut you off. I'm going to answer you. That's my point. We're not going to offer $400,000 just for the sake of $400,000. That's my point. Whatever the mean is.
TC Taylor is the highest paid coach in the SWAC.
Okay, and fine. Okay, and if we got somebody that is comparable to TC Taylor, then we'll pay him. The point of it, I guess what my point is, it clearly showed the money was not the issue. We had the money. We had the money to match.
The money wasn't the issue.
And then something. Timona, you know that because me and you talked about the numbers. So the money was not an issue for fans. And I'm talking about what even close to being an issue. So that's not our problem. So my point of it is I'm not, but with that being said, I'm not going to give somebody $500,000 when the mean is 300. Now, and again, let's just say there's some Coach Prime guy out there, and I'm just making, not Ed Reed. I want to be clear on that. But that would just have the gravitas that Prime and came, and then you know what? And they came to alumni and say, hey, we got Coach Prime #2. He gonna come. He gonna do all this crazy stuff. Then you know what? Yeah, then you pay him. But if you got a guy that's a coach like Quinn Gray, he's gonna get a bump. He's not making that. What is he probably making Albany State? 220 probably. 175.
No.
Talking about Quinn Gray.
Probably in the 150, probably 150, 170.
Okay, so there you go.
That's
so
a Division II school.
Exactly. So we hire Quinn Gray. He's going to get double his salary at FAMU.
Yeah.
He's going to get double his salary. It's the same thing what Willie did. Willie looked at Duke and they offered him more money. So he was like, I'm out. And then I guess he was like, wow, FAMU said we want to match it. And we tried to. But he said what he wanted to do. And that's why I respect what Coach did. He said, I want to be a Power 5 coach. You can't be a Power 5 coach at FAMU. So fine. God bless. You go to Duke. You know what I'm saying? I love Willie no matter what. So that's what it is. But with this thing that with our AD, we just want to make sure that when we looked at this overall, that it looked like we got caught flat-footed when we shouldn't have. Yeah. That's what everybody's like. You knew that Willie made this ask. You knew that. You did not come to the stakeholders, which the stakeholders would have gave him the money. So then let's make it really difficult. Let's make it really difficult.
Then my thing is with this, okay, so I felt like it was more so of there couldn't be a transition until after the 31st anyway, because if so, Coach Simmons doesn't get any of his bonuses.
No. The transition, no. You can have a contract in principle with anybody.
No, I'm talking about in his contract, it says that if he's not the head coach on the 31st of December, he doesn't.
That's fine. But you can still have but that's semantics. That's just having him on the books. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's fine. That's for him to get the bonus. But we could have had a coach in waiting doing all. You see this all the time. That happens,
especially with the
Power 5 guys. Yeah, exactly.
They'll put names out that they know that there's not even hiring. They're just putting it out there. They've already
they already tell the guy that they're going to hire, like they did with Stoops from Kentucky. They told him he had the job at Texas A&M. He was ready to get on the plane. He wasn't going to take over until X day. He wasn't going to start that day because his contract couldn't start at that day. But he would have been the coach that was going to. So my point of it is what she should have done, which was simple. All she had to do was, okay, coach, either you're coming or going. Well, I'm going. Okay, fine. You want to leave? When do you want to leave? I want to stay to get my money because and nobody with family will say, no, coach, get the hell out of here. You earn that money. You deserve that money. But that has nothing to do with having a coach ready to go. Him, if he's going to use the same staff, because he can start telling these guys, hey, either I'm going to bring you or I'm not, to let them know so they can get a start on their life, or say, hey, you guys keep recruiting and keep business as usual. And then January 1st, I'm out the door, but you can let people know Coach Campbell is going to be the coach. That happens at every school. That's nothing unusual. So, yeah, and with Patrice, yeah, I did. Yeah, and I am saying the AD dropped the ball. Absolutely, I'm saying that. Because, again, for us to have raised that money that quick and then to be sitting here having this conversation, that's a problem. That's a problem. And no, Israel, we're not looking for anybody to blame because I'm in it. So I don't need to look for anybody to blame. There's no blame. Willie took a job. He has a right to take a job. So there's no blame there. He has a right. Congratulations. He had a Power 5 offer. He took it. That's respect. He had every right to take that. So there's no problem with that. The thing about it is your AD and all good ADs, and every AD said, I'm expecting my coach to leave. I should have somebody. And I think Ashley Robinson even said that. But all ADs will tell you, I always got somebody on speed dial. Our AD should have did the same thing.
Yeah.
Our AD should have did the same thing. So that ain't got nothing to do with blame. That's lame. No, we want you to do your job.
But in a sense, though, if you're in a managerial position, you always gonna have a list. It doesn't matter who, if you know them or not. You always gonna have a list of people. Just in case you know somebody gonna be, you gotta either somebody's gonna be let go, somebody's gonna resign, somebody's gonna retire, somebody, even somebody that passes away. You're always gonna have a list of people that you're going to try to fill in that position. You just can't go into a job, or you can't manage a job not knowing that somebody might not be here no more.
Hey Doc, well let me give you one better. How smart what you just said, and I'm gonna tell you a secret. She knew this 2 weeks ago, at least. So this didn't catch her by surprise,
right?
So she knew this. So she 2 weeks ago, she knew that there was a possibility that our coach was gone. 2 weeks ago, she knew in October that he wanted more money.
Right.
In October, okay. So if you listen, I have a business. I've been a manager my whole life. I know when people getting ready to get out the door. When they say, hey, well, you know, Steve, I want to get a raise. And then you tell me, I don't know if I can get you a raise. Well, okay. When they say that, you better start looking for the next person to replace them because they out.
Right.
This is business 101. So if Willie comes to you and says, hey, you know what? His agent says, you know what? I'm looking to have a raise. And then let's just take out, she said or not. You should already in your mind say, wow, this guy's looking for other opportunities. Either I need to make sure the opportunities at FAMU, or I need to be ready when this guy leaves. Right? That's just simple. So that's where we're getting to a point where you start putting these time. You know, Timona does these beautiful timelines, and you start looking at these timelines, and then you say, well, okay. And then all I'm saying is, and I think what people are frustrated is that we get a call on Friday morning saying, hey, it's going to be a conference call to raise money, and we need to have X amount of money. And again, and thank God for FAMU people that they're blessed and they work hard and that they raise that money, because some people can't come up with $25,000. Southern said they couldn't come up with it. We ain't got the money. Isn't that what the AD said?
Yeah.
Yeah, we ain't, and I'm not disrespecting Southern, but that's the real. I'm gonna go to Jerome's point about the realities of HBCU. FAMU had it. Southern didn't, because Southern, I guess they could have got Jabbar Juke. Let's just play this out. Southern, they wanted Jabbar Juke, but they didn't have the money. FAMU could have hired him. We had the $500,000 to give it to him. Southern didn't. So this is where this thing looks at. So again, all we want is people, when you have these positions, we want people to know what they're doing and to make sure we're not hanging out there, because now this is where the thing about this. This is a very important hire. We got all these recruits that want to come to FAMU. They want to come to FAMU. Some of us for Willie, some of us FAMU. I don't know. I didn't talk to any of the recruits. But the point of it, if you hire the right guy, then you hold the thing. University of Miami does this all the time. Arkansas State does this all the time. North Dakota State does flip their coach. They win in championships. So that's the thing about it. So you have that ready. And I'm going to say this again. What do you think would have been not more better? What would have been better if she would have got on there and we had a joint conference with Willie there, our AD, and our new coach. And Willie says, you know what? All the guys I recruited, I've already talked to them and said, you're a great coach, Coach Campbell. And Coach Campbell said, well, thank you, Willie, because I've already talked to all of them. And they're staying. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So there you go, man. So this is what this is all about. So like I said, this is Timona. I appreciate you doing the FAMU show, because people from FAMU do watch you, and this is a big deal. So I'm glad you're doing this and stuff like that. So I just want to just say that.
Mr. Campbell, thank you so much for coming on. I know that you did say that, you know, your FAMU faithful is not going to be doing a "We're Going to Be All Right" video.
No, we're not. No, because because first of all, I'm gonna say this.
Folks on there, and they are.
No, what I mean by that, because again, Willie went out the door different. Jack State people, Jack State people, Jack State had the right to be upset the way they was upset, because all the stuff.
Yes, they were.
No, ain't nobody, baby. Ain't nobody doing that.
Yes, they are. They raised all that money in 48 hours, and he's still walking out the door.
But listen, but that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's why people are upset with that, because the thing about it is if you let us know what we're doing, because she could have said Willie's leaving, and I've got a coach in mind, but we need to pay him $400,000, right? We still would have raised the $400,000. We still would have raised it. So no, I'm telling you, we ain't nobody around here crying all like that. We don't. That brag different stuff is real. We don't move like that. Just telling you. Now, y'all might not like that, but I'm telling you, tomorrow, you talk enough to know that rattlers don't move like that.
Mr. Campbell, how long did she give y'all to get that money together?
24 hours.
24
hours. 4 minutes, and I'm running out of time.
Exactly. But we got it though. How many
And
how many
then
schools could
some.
and then some, how many schools could say they could do that? That's the thing about it. We did it and didn't even blink.
Didn't even blink.
Didn't blink, baby.
I would commend y'all for that. I said that. I would commend y'all for that because
I absolutely commend you guys for raising the money. We did wigs for Willies, mullet plates, spaghetti plates, world's finest chocolate. What else did
y'all
we
make T-shirts? You know, make
we
shirts.
We didn't Merch Pack didn't make any T-shirts. Merch Pack we didn't know what design. We didn't know. Yeah, we didn't have the design ready. We didn't have the design. But Timona and Willie did a great job of promoting Wigs for Willie, and that worked. So I was able to give a couple extra dollars just because of that. So they did a great job. So that was $1,000 extra that we was able to give Willie. So good job, Timona. Good job.
Yes. So
congratulations. Oh my God.
I know for a fact that Secure Willie's Visor is doing this.
Congratulations.
I know he's doing it.
You know he's doing it?
The Secure Willie's Visor, his whole entire
oh yeah. You think he's gonna change that to Duke's visor now? Willie's Duke visor?
No, it's gonna be somebody else's.
Oh, it's gonna be KJ Black's visor?
Uh-oh, are you telling something? Are you dropping some breaking news over here?
No, I ain't dropping.
KJ said he got it. I talked to KJ earlier. He said, man, he got to see what's up, what they talking about.
We ain't gonna break that news over here. You break.
I ain't saying to break that news. I'm just saying
don't say nothing about that on my show because I don't want them clipping.
Oh, I ain't saying that they gonna call him. I just said that's what he is saying.
See, hey, Timon, let me see Crimson Creation. There you go. So that when they say they on the transparency, it lists the AD. That's what the thing about it was when the ask was made. Did you know Willie was gone or not? That is the question that she's going to have to answer. That is a great point, but I want to say it's not they, it's her, the AD, when she made the ask, because she made the ask. We didn't make the ask because we didn't know what to ask for. She went to the alumni and said, hey, I need you guys to pitch in $25,000, the booster club to do $50,000, and blah, 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 blah. So the alumni said, fine, we'll do it because you said it, because this is for the coach. That's what happened. So again, that's been promoted. That's public. That ain't nothing, no secret and everything.
Hey,
so, no.
Hey, Spence, you said I'm lying. If I'm lying, I'm flying. I ain't flying right now. Shit, I ain't on no plane. So I know I'm not lying. I just talked to
my also man was wagging for Willie too. Whitley said, don't be leaving the girls out. We wagged for Willie too.
I said you and Willie did a great job. I said that. So y'all did it because you know what's funny? Because let me tell you, and I'm being serious, how powerful social media is. Because y'all did it as a joke and all that. But what was funny is that other family people didn't know what the hell was going on, and they looked and said, "Oh, we raising money for the coach." And I was like, "Yeah, that's what we're doing." And they're like, "Okay, let me get the money." So while y'all were joking, it was amplifying the message that we were trying to get out. So, so like I say, so that's what I'm saying. All jokes are good jokes for me. You know me. We can have fun. We can tease each other. Like I said, I don't want nobody. And this goes to the FSU girl. I'm going to say this again. Don't ever call my HBCU niece her name ever again. Don't ever do that. Because like I said, I let that thing slide the one time. But don't ever call HBCU woman her name ever again. You stay over there with them white folks at FSU. Because we don't play that over here. Now, we can joke and talk. And me and Jerome can go at it. And he might not like FAMU being in the comment. But I'm going to respect that brother. But don't ever FSU people come in HBCU business. Because them white folks don't care nothing about y'all. Trust me. So that's my PSA on that. I'm sorry.
Well, hey, they can't too. They can't.
They was getting ready to do their last little hurrah. They was gonna ask for the young lady who took her picture on the snake. They was getting ready to set it off now to bring that ass over.
Yeah, so like I said, you calling, another black woman, using that type of language and stuff like that. That's just ridiculous. And you go to FSU, girl, please stop. I remember when they didn't want Deion. They called Deion a drug dealer. That's your school. I remember when they said Charlie Ward was too dumb to be quarterback. That's your school. I remember when they didn't want to retire Deion's jersey because they said he didn't graduate. That's your school. So you deal with them white folks first before you be worrying about what black folks saying. How about that?
Hey, they was too busy getting beat to sleep by Georgia yesterday.
Yeah. So
Mr.
like I said,
Campbell, what does this mean for October 19th?
Well, hey, listen. the game don't change. That y'all know that. That's
Yeah,
a big game.
I want to hear the move because listen,
We still coming.
FAMU was having a snake hang all up in other people's garden, all up in FSU's transfer portal, folks. y'all been hanging the snake all on SWAC, and you hanged it right on up. Then he went to a different division.
Listen, well, you know when we announce our new coach, who's gonna be a great coach, we're gonna be right back at it. We're gonna be right back at it.
Mess, like y'all never left.
Wait, let me ask you a question. Did you see Coach Simmons on game day? I know you won't. You probably didn't get a chance to see him, right?
I didn't see him get up there.
Okay, yeah. So he was on HBCU game day with Vaughn Wilson, and I'm gonna tell you what Coach Simmons says. Coach Simmons said the SWAC still go through FAMU in the East. Point blank. Period. Saying nothing changed.
He did not. Say that.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He said ain't nothing changing.
Not him over there still talking smack after he left, y'all.
Exactly. So he was not talking about the air cleaner in Durham. He wasn't talking about the crime rate in Tallahassee. He said ain't nothing changing. So that's what I'm saying. That's why we brag different.
Ooh, y'all. I made the black eyed peas. They look good.
I just finished my black eyed peas. 8 months. Hey.
I thought I'm gonna taste them though, because I don't really fool with. Let me see. Put enough hot sauce in there. Yeah, so peas and carrots. Jackson State by 40.
Okay, we'll see.
Mr. Ford, you ain't got nothing to say. It's the year of the tiger. I need you to go ahead and practice it.
Hey, all right. You said October 19th, right?
The year of the tiger.
The tiger. We're going to see. Hey, so, Mr. Campbell, you think they'll name the new coach in the next 2 days, or when will they name the new coach?
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think they're going to move that quick. I'm going to do some inside baseball. I don't think certain people have even been contacted, and I'll just leave it at that. So how can you hire somebody 2 days you ain't even contacted?
Oh, yeah.
So that's my thing.
So basically, y'all are in the same position, except for this is worse because this is your national signing day we talking about here. You in the same position as Texas Southern.
Well, here's what I'll say though. With that being said, my thing is that we got more people that want our job that want the Texas Southern job and a higher level of caliber of people, because I am now getting texts of people saying certain people want to talk about the job, which is a couple of great names. And tomorrow I'll text them to you once I verify, because I just got a text from somebody. I was like, wow, he want the job?
Well, okay. Where is Chad Ochocinco at?
He's still on the staff, ain't he?
Yeah, he's an ambassador for the school.
But he talking him and Shannon Sharp more worried about talking about what they do with women than talking about FAMU right now. So I ain't worried about that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So that's it. So no, FAMU is fine. Like I said, we're not making no videos, and no, we're not in shambles and everything. When you got money, you ain't gonna never be in shambles.
Video where the little cartoon is in a whole bunch of fire, and it's like, we're fine.
Yeah. Well,
you know we're gonna be now, Mr. Campbell. All them jokes.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, no, you should. Listen, but see, that's what I'm saying, Simone, and you know this. I enjoy the jokes. I grew up with these jokes. And like I told Mr. Ford, when I would go down there to Grambling, I would tell them I'm a tiger. And they say, oh, you a tiger, Mr. Campbell? I say, yeah, but not that tiger you talk about. I'm a tiger from down I-20 Jackson. And we would make the joke. These are the jokes I grew up with. These are the things that the rivalries and things like that. I grew up with that. All that negative and nasty stuff, I didn't grow up with that. And I'm not going to be a part of that. That's why I always support you. And I come on here and tell people that. So, yeah, let's talk. Let's have fun. Yeah, I mean, you can talk about FAMU and all that. I don't care nothing about that, man.
Okay, so let me just tell you. Let me run by these jokes, because you know you good with some comebacks.
Okay, which one you got?
Y'all couldn't keep y'all coach either.
Okay. So this is what I'll say. We lost our coach, but we got a trophy. What did y'all get out of y'all coach?
Y'all are bragging different, but let another school take your coach.
Our coach sat down and had a press conference and said that he appreciated us. Your coach left and said that the air is clean up there in Colorado.
You're going back to being irrelevant.
If Jackson State can be 7-4, we damn sure can be better than that.
You're going to lose all your talent to the transfer portal.
Okay, now see this one I gotta think about. So let me get this straight. Our coach, wait. Our coach did not have a quarterback that's his son. Our coach did not have the number one player that's his pseudo son. Our coach's son is like 5 years old. Now we'll be fine. So we're not gonna lose all those players, Louis luggage. And plus we do Samsonite. We hard hat down here, so now we're fine. We're not gonna have.
Bethune getting ready to whoop on y'all ass again in the Florida Classic for another decade.
Let me tell you something. The only thing that Miss Mary folks is good is just showing up because we ain't changing. That ain't unless we back to what we supposed to be. That's not happening. We ain't y'all. We're not gonna lose to Alcorn. You lose to our rival like y'all did when y'all was supposed to beat them. We're not y'all. Come on now. Come on. You know.
All right,
so.
that's all I got for now.
Okay, now those were good. Those were good. So I think I responded, you know, and you see, I didn't even have to say nothing nasty or low blow. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. So I think
we didn't have to talk about nothing that had something to do with the city.
Yeah, didn't have to talk about none of that. Because that's the football Jacks ain't got nothing to do with the city. What they got to do with last time they ain't got nothing to do with the city. We're gonna talk about the schools. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. So no, your jokes are legit. And I think that they are funny because we couldn't keep our coach. And I will say this as a joke. I am mad because we done raised all this goddamn money. We ain't got nothing to do with it. So shit. So yes, that is pretty upsetting. Because because let me tell you this, and I will say this: everybody at FAMU was ready to talk cash-ish because we had raised all that money and said, "See, we kept our coach." So that I will say that joke we was ready to let fly. We had our memes ready. So
but
that does hurt.
But you can still say that. You can still talk your talk because, like, hey, ain't nobody else doing it for right now.
Yeah, no, I know, but you know, Timona, like I said, because she had her memes already ready to go. Because she had this a couple of weeks ago when the Celebration Bowl.
Mary, won't you weep? Mary, don't weep, FAMU.
So we really wanted to do the brag different. We had the white man, you know, we got the cold ice, you know, we had all the video. I mean, I had a person that had a little graphic made for me and everything, you know what I'm saying? With Willie holding the ice water and all that, you know what I'm saying? I can't even use that now. Now you got to drink the white man's ice, you know, up there Duke with the devil on his cup, you know, and stuff. So I had that ready to go. So no, that's fine. Yeah,
Mr.
and
Campbell,
then like
I like the way you put that just then. I like that. A lot of people didn't catch it, but I caught it.
Yeah, you caught. Thank you. You know me and you already on the same page. You know we cut from the same
cloth. Caught that. I like that. A lot of
people we cut from the same cloth. You already knew. Thank you. I'm glad. Thank you.
Everybody asked me whose side am I on. Hey, look, I just complimented them for doing what they doing something that ain't nobody doing right now. Hold on. Am I still a Jackson State Tiger through and through? Yes, I am. But
let's go back to your point though. Your point, and I'm being serious. This should galvanize all HBC alumni bases to not just say we just gonna let white folks come and take our stuff and not have something to say about it. Because let me tell you something, Southern people got money, Jackson State people got money, you know, Grambling people got money. So again, we can't sit back and just say we just gonna roll over, especially when it's $200,000. Now it wasn't like it was no way y'all can match that money to Colorado. You know what I'm saying? But $200,000, come on, bro. Come on. There's no way if somebody comes to TC, y'all should not be able to say TC $200,000 and y'all can't Jackson people can't raise $200,000. Because then what do you come on, man? 200,000, that's not even a lot of money.
They better start raising it now, because in 2 years, because they trying to get rid of anything HBCU that work for them. In 2 years, Jackson State folks better start raising it now, because in 2 years they come for TC.
Now we'll see. Now, tomorrow, what do you think about that? Now, see, Brother McCarr says something. Now, what do y'all think about that? So y'all gonna start selling fish plates now and getting stuff together on 1400?
Well, unlike Clemson Willie and Florida State.
Why you have to call him Clemson Willie?
I know that's right.
Because that's where he started out. Clemson Willie, Florida State Dion. We have a Jackson State alum at the helm. So, you know, in that retrospect, and on top of that, we didn't pay our coach like pennies. Now, I agree that we could probably work a little bit on that compensation for like the other coaches, but we already, his structure of his contract is the best in the SWAC.
All right, well, good. There you go.
I
See,
got
I like,
But when they
Hey,
come,
I thought Dion was an HBCU graduate. Didn't he go to Talladega?
Talladega.
Talladega?
And got him
Huh?
but what I'm saying is,
Mr. Ford, he
This is
has
the point.
absolutely no tie to Talladega whatsoever. That literally was a play, a lineup to say, well, I need a degree. In order for me to get a degree, some phone calls were made, shopped around, and they said, oh, okay, with what you have, we can work something out and we can get you a degree. He has absolutely no ties whatsoever to Talladega. The only time he used that as even a storyline is when he was saying, I didn't graduate from SFSU. I'm an HBCU alum. He was just trying to get in the press. Like, he literally went there for maybe not even a whole semester, maybe a semester just to get the degree. It's not the same thing. It's not.
Oh, okay.
That's the same thing.
He got a bachelor's degree in basket weaving or something like that.
He don't have a bachelor's degree. Oh my goodness!
I'm telling you now. I don't care what kind of degree you got. He gone. You better start figuring out how we gonna make sure TC is matched when they come for him. I don't care about Dion. Let's slime. He gone. Because they gonna come for him. And it don't I don't realize today. It ain't too much loyalty in being black no more. So if ain't no loyalty to your race, ain't no loyalty to these schools. We better start figuring out, man, how can we get TC up to 750 and get them coordinators up around 200,000? I'm just saying, if we want to keep things going, that's what we're gonna have to do. Because white people got some cold ice. They ice is rock solid. We got the one in the freezer that ain't all the way froze yet. We plug it in a crack. Obviously, they ice is a little bit colder than ours because our folks will hurry up and run there. Our adults run there. Our youth run there. Man, we got to figure out a way to keep our greatness in house.
Well, Carl Reed is trying to send them right back down to us. Now, at first they elevated, and then as soon as FAMU opened up, all of a sudden we see these grifters who it don't really. I'm kind of confused because not even a couple of days ago, you said that Willie Simmons should take the job at Duke. That's a good change of scenery for him. That's a good get. And now you over here talking about Coach Flea should go down from FBS and the linebacker coach should go down.
Why we hire Coach Flea?
Well, hold on. But the thing about it is, in the coaching world, it don't matter if it was a FCS, HBCU, or a G5 white school. If a job is open, they gonna try to go for it. Doesn't matter. It
does matter because you made the assertion that FCS.
But here's the thing. Was it on them saying that he said it, or was it the person who brought them up saying that? It's more of the person who brought them up saying that.
It's both of them. He helped promote it. Carl Reed was just promoting it a couple of days ago.
I don't care about Carl Reed. My whole thing is, if a job is opened up, I don't care about the pettiness and nothing like that. I'm just talking real. If a job is opened up, it don't care that it's out as a coach. You're gonna try to go after and try to take the job, because at the end of the day, any coaching job is going to be a step up, no matter where is that? Who is where is that?
Mr. Ford, what do you think about that? Like, what do you think? Because the narrative has always been getting an FBS coaching position on any FBS team is better than being a head coach, because that's what Carl Reed just was making his point the other day. He was saying this is a really good for him if he wants to coach at the FBS level. Now you have coaches who are coaching at the FBS level and they're being told to step down to FCS.
I think coaching jobs are made in heaven. Some jobs are good and some jobs are not. I thought that the Deion Sanders thing with Jackson State was great. I love the Willie Simmons with FAMU. It's just, certain situations are going to work out. Some situations are not going to work out.
I think they want to try to place these coaches in other positions because they know that coach probably not going to be there after next year.
Well, how about
I
this? Well,
agree.
no, well, let me give you one better. How about Coach Prime ain't gonna promote them to be in a position of OC and DC? Let's talk about that.
Right.
Let's talk about that. These are your guys. So instead of you talking about leaving, why don't you say, no, you stay here because we're gonna make sure that you're gonna be the DC. So how about that? Or you gonna be the OC? See, man, stop. See, don't you can't play us.
So Dion basically, to me, it seems like Dion took some of these coaches from where they were at just so they wouldn't continue to hold up Jackson State. But
yeah, he burned bridges. He did that. He burned bridges and threw a grenade.
I don't want you to have them.
These coaches they're talking about who Dion won't promote. Why would HBCUs want them back? Don't y'all see what they did when they left? Dancy bring his boot licking T-toes and shooting shining ass to Jackson State with
a Jackson graduate, isn't it? Isn't he a Jackson graduate? With
Colorado get on bragging on facilities, and we act like it's okay. None of the people at Jackson State didn't kick him off campus. You got Flea walking around on campus talk. Don't y'all know they are coming back? So they are working with the folks to put the HBCUs down at D2. That's the biggest thing. Dion, and he ain't got to promote them. Their job is something else. But we want them, but we want the bootlickers around. Oh, they got HBCU connections. They got the Coon connection. Man, look, this is just me. Maybe I see everything. I'm gonna be honest with you. I see everything through red, black, and green glass. That's how I see everything. Through black glasses, red, black, and green. That's how I see it. And when I see people like that, they ain't on our side. But we were, well, they got it. Who gives a damn whether they got an HBCU connection? You can find a black dude that coach that went to a white school that care about an HBCU before, because you can tell they didn't. You can tell they didn't. He coming to support his players from Valley and came down there with Colorado. Oh man, the facilities are just like they constantly telling you about trinkets, but we are allowing it to happen and we ignore it and act like ain't nothing going on. It's just okay. Oh, that's Coach Flea. Who gives a damn? I don't give a damn. He can be Coach Roach. I don't care. Hey, something gonna have to stop unless we truly believe, unless the people we have in charge truly believe that we are less than and we are beneath everybody, and this is what should be happening to us. I'm just saying. That's way bigger to me anyway. About the school, anything. It's way bigger the way they want to tear it, the way they were working in cahoots to completely destroy Jackson. They was working in cahoots. So when Doc said, is it the man who said it, who hired them? But they were working with him. They didn't have to say it. The United States Army don't say it. The general don't say it. We going to war. Congress say we going to war. Then the Army go fight. It ain't about who say what. It's about who's doing the actions. And when you see these shoe shiners doing the actions, you got to start looking at them sideways and like, why do we want them here? They shouldn't be allowed to get another red cent from an HBCU. That's my personal, I'm sorry, from a PBI. That's my personal opinion.
Hey, Mr. Mona.
Yes.
Let me make this announcement to Jerome and Mr. Campbell. On behalf of Grambling State University, we getting ready to retake the conference.
Uh-oh.
Y'all heard that, didn't you?
So when you're saying it's the year of the Tiger, you talking about
that's right. We getting ready to retake the conference like we used to. Grambling is back. Okay. And now listen, Dooley can wear his pink suits if he want to.
I mean, they digged up Eddie Robinson.
No,
we gonna come back on the Mickey. What's his name? Mickey
Joseph.
Mickey Joseph with Dooley as offensive coordinator, and you said the guy's name is Coach Rollins, right?
Well, all I'm gonna say is this: Coach Mickey Joseph, it ain't gonna be next year with only 25% of your roster. He done went, so he done switched it. It was gonna be only 15%. Out of the transfer portal. He done upped it now. He upped it recently and said now it's 25%. So now 25% of the roster will come from the transfer portal.
Okay.
If Coach Joseph plans on being because there quite a few Grambling players went into the transfer portal and I haven't seen them come back out yet. If he plans on being successful next, like this upcoming season, that percentage is gonna have to raise up a little bit higher. Not gonna have a winning season. Not that he won't have a winning season, but he's gonna have an upward hill battle if he's only taking 25% of his roster from the transfer portal.
I don't think that it it won't do anything.
75% of his team being high school players. That's kind of what happened with Coach. It happened at Texas Southern because a lot of their players were very young, and the term was, "Oh, they'll do better next year because they're so young." Hugh Jackson had a lot of young players, and we're developing them. We are developing them. So listen, if you want to have a winning team the first year, you're going to have to. I don't know why people try to buck against Coach Deion Sanders' model. I don't know why.
No, because what you saying, his model was only fit for him. The reason why he was able to do it like that, I think. Excuse me. I think this is my opinion. For a head coach coming into a situation like Grambling, yes, 25% out of the transfer portal, where you can still get like 35% from high school ranks, and you get your other 30% from the JUCO system. It's still a good formula. It's always going to come about with coaching. He
didn't say JUCO. All he said was at first was 85% high school, 15% transfer portal.
I understand, but he gonna have to get the JUCO players too. But my whole thing is a winning formula. It doesn't really just start from the transfer portal. The winning formula starts from coaching. Can you coach these kids up? Can you develop these kids? If this person is a high school player, can you develop this kid within a 6-month period to where you can trust him to be out there starting at wherever the position he's on, he's at. Now, if it was me, if you want somebody as a veteran for a quarterback, you get them out of the transfer portal. You vet the kids that come into that portal. You see what you got. You see the film. You go get them and you bring them into the school. So I would see, as far as when it comes to that, the quarterback is the main position where I would mainly get it out of the transfer portal. Now I would get offensive linemen out of the transfer portal too, but I would still have offensive linemen coming from the high school ranks to where you can develop them for the whole year. Because that way, when if a starter goes down, and it doesn't matter if he's a high school player or not, can you plug this person up in here to where it's still going to have some continuity on the offensive line? Like I can say, for example, with Quay Davis.
I've seen Dooley for how many years, Mr. Ford? How many years did he have to show what a high-power offense he has? I ain't seen none yet.
As a coordinator, he could show it. He just, it didn't really work out as a head coach. He was
still calling the plays.
Yeah, but he's better as an offensive coordinator. I'm feeling real good about him as Grambling's offense coordinator. Because I see what he done before, remember?
Yeah, but you also, wait, I'm going to tell you what, Mr. Ford, I'm going to tell you when I was there down there with Grambling them years, I'm going to tell you what I also saw. I saw Devontae Kincaid walk through that door also that he coached. That made him look real good also. So,
right.
So let's hold that until, like I think Doc said, until we see who that quarterback is, because a quarterback can make you look really good. A good quarterback, especially.
You get a quarterback out of the portal, if he's established, he got some sort of game feel. He could throw for like 2,000-3,000 yards in like maybe a year and a half or two. If he's good,
can we get a transfer from Nebraska? Is it anybody at Nebraska transferring? That's a quarterback.
Well, that I'm gonna tell you what's interesting. They've got that. Before we talked about this, they got the kid that they paid all the money to come. Now that black quarterback, I'm pretty sure he's gonna hit the portal, but he can't throw worth a lick.
What was his name?
What's that kid? That's they played in the played Colorado. I think that boy barely threw for 100 yards. What's that kid's name?
He played at Tech. Sims.
He hit the portal already, Mr. Campbell. He hit the portal already.
Well, there you go.
His name is Jeff Sims, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, you can have Jeff Sims. Just let me know.
Yeah,
how
we
that
can have
works
Jeff
out.
Sims. Jeff, if you hear us, come on to the SWAC, baby. Lincoln Parish.
I don't know about that.
Grambling State University.
He can't hold the ball.
Let him have the Sims. Go ahead. Okay.
I don't know about that. I watched Jeff Sims, man. I don't know about that.
All right. I'm gonna let y'all have that.
It seems like he can't throw past 15 yards sometimes. But no, but my thing is, if some high school players do hit the portal, and that is true, because also, but the thing is, can you develop them? That's it. Can you develop these players so that way when their time comes, can they get out there and be able to produce? We saw that this past season when we had to switch left tackles from Cameron James to Quay Davis. Quay Davis is a damn true freshman playing, just playing in his first game, and he became a freshman FCS All-American. So it can be done with players from the high school ranks. It can be done from a player from the JUCO ranks. But like I said, when you're getting a lot of players from the transfer portal, you got to make sure that they are all going to be on one accord, on the same page, because everybody's going to it's going to be different personality, because they feel like, well, I'm better than this person because what school I came from. I'm better than this person because this person went to Auburn and I went to Florida State. Auburn wasn't this. Florida State was that. You know what I'm saying? It goes into stuff like that. So I'm putting it like this. For Grambling, if he wants to do 25% portal, let him do it. Let him do it. If he have a struggling year because it's going to be his first year, okay, it's not going to be bad. It's always going to be that second year. It's for a head coach to know what your program going to be about. It's always that second year, and to know when you really going to be in contention and you're a powerhouse as a program. It's always your third or fourth year. It's always going to be levels to it.
So no, I don't think anybody in the East is worried about Grambling, Mr. Ford. I just hate to tell you that.
Damn.
Yeah, don't think we're worried.
We ain't worried about Alabama. We ain't worried about Alabama State either. They ain't got no quarterback.
No, that's what I'm saying. This is what's going. And now, Doc, to that point, what Timothy? This is that at his party? No, okay, I thought that was okay. No, but
he better not be doing none of that at Duke.
No, man, he gonna be down there on what's that down there? What's the name of that street down there that they go party at? Yeah, he'll be down there getting it together.
He gonna be on the other side of the track at Central.
At Central.
They said that Durham is split in between two, the white folks and the black folks. Is that true?
That is 100% true. That is 100% true.
So he's going back to the 1930s, 1940s?
No, he's gonna be on the white side of town.
Oh, they gonna let that Negro go to the white side?
You know how y'all do. Y'all go move over there. Yeah, so he'll get a house.
He better make sure he wears his Duke shirt wherever he goes.
He'll be fine. Well, they might confuse him as a basketball player or something. You know how they do up there, but that's okay.
You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be a camera crazy. He's gonna paint his face. He's gonna be on the front row. Yeah. He's gonna be jumping up and down with them folks.
He'll be fine. Hey. He'll be fine. As long as he can get a haircut, that's all that counts. Prime couldn't even get a haircut up in Colorado, so they can at least got barbershops in Durham, so he get a haircut. He good.
Oh, he was coloring his stuff in anyway.
No man ain't number 42 years old.
He couldn't get no soul food either. He said that in the press.
I'm talking about Prime. Prime was getting his stuff colored in.
Oh man,
but you can still need somebody that black.
He had hair transplants for real. That man had straight up hair transplants.
Come on, you don't want no white folks doing no color on your hair. You know, you're a black woman. You know they don't know how to color that, right? Come on now, you know that. Had that brother looking all crazy. There's a difference between that jet black and that real black. See, white folks don't know that. Come on now, shoot, tell you. Come on. Who is this? This the visor guy? Well.
Boy, he was talking that big. This is probably the most boisterous of all when we talk about being petty. So just know that we're not miserable.
He said the virus is gone. He said the virus is gone, y'all. He changed that. The virus is gone. Now that is funny. You see what it says? The virus are gone, y'all.
Yeah.
That is funny. That is super funny. The virus are gone, y'all. Oh my goodness. That is funny.
This is the crazy thing. Why we say nobody holding TC accountable? I think a lot of people held TC accountable for what happened.
Accountable for what? A 7-4 season with 60 transfer kids entering the transfer portal, a brand new coaching staff, the #1 class in the HBCU, #2 overall, and then this year top 5 in recruiting class. And we still have what? One more national signing day to go.
And then you got the
What
second.
Holding
then
him
you got the second.
for?
You know, people gonna say, "Well, he's the one who made them lose to OBC and homecoming in the Soul Bowl." And I'm like, "Well, I mean,
yeah, now it was some Jackson folks. Now y'all know it was some Jackson folks that got kind of rowdy about that. So you know how Jackson folks are. So I mean, but
they need to
account. But he had said on record during the conference calls that it solely is on him. He's always taking account for what had happened in the game. Because
he damn sure wasn't dueling. That we do know.
Okay,
right.
So
he wasn't denying nothing. He wasn't denying nothing like that.
Mr. Ford was asking for Coach Dooley head on a stake at Southern. Like, he's in over his head. He don't need to be. Y'all ain't never gonna win a championship. Soon as we hear that Dooley gonna be at Grambling, that high-powered offense, boy.
Hey, now you see what? Now you hear why he wanted him gone. You see why he wanted him gone. He wanted
because
Mr. Ford would have said the same thing that if they had a hired Ed Reed. He hated Ed Reed. Ed Reed would have put that G on, boy. Ed Reed would have been the best guy ever.
He said he wasn't good as a head coach. He's not a championship head coach. But baby, when you start talking about that high-powered offense, I was like, what high-powered offense is he talking about? Because I didn't see it.
If he trying to bring back the racehorse offense from old school Southern back in the 90s, well, you can kind of hang that up right there. Mr. Cameron know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, well, guess what? Like I said, them horses ain't in that barn no more, and that G, they still gonna be looking for that G. I'm trying to tell y'all, they still gonna be looking for that G.
Y'all thought it was bad when Hugh Jackson took them G's out their helmet shoes.
So look, I am excited that I ain't seen no announcements. You seen any announcements for people to enter the transfer portal? I ain't seen to heard nobody decommit yet.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. From what I've been told is that this team has a good leadership, and those guys, they're gonna wait till see who the coach is because they feel they can run it back. They feel they can run it back, and they've said it. They've said it out loud. They feel they can run it back. So that's why I don't think we're not gonna have no Mac. I mean, y'all gotta stand somewhere. What happened to y'all is totally different. You know what I mean? Because again, you guys had people that were associated with the coach. They were gonna lead no matter what, and stuff like that. But this FAMU team is different. We don't have people that's all associated with. They came to play for FAMU, and they'll just wait and see who the coach is. And if they're not the right coach, then you'll see what'll happen. When we get the right coach, I think, because they gotta know they can run it back.
I mean, my thing is, if
you get coaches and alum working against us, Neely, Flea, also had them working against you too.
Against FAMU?
No, against Jackson State.
Jackson State. You had coaches still trying to grab your players at basketball. You know what I'm saying? It's just different. Willie, you gotta say something. Willie has talked to all those players and told them this is the best place for y'all. That's a difference. And I'm telling you what, I know what he's done. He's told all those players, this is the best place for you guys. There's no need for you guys jumping the portal and all that. And because I'm just saying, we've had a couple of guys that didn't work out. You
Some
know,
of y'all folks are crying.
I don't like it. I don't, you know, again.
Well, Mr. Mona.
Yeah.
I want you to go get you a timeline and look at the SWAC since the death of Arnett Mumford. I think that was 61 or 62. And one of the things you're going to see is that the SWAC belonged to Grambling State. And so I'm saying that it's time for Grambling to reclaim the SWAC. Isn't that right, Mr. Campbell? You know about that.
You know, listen.
Ace Mumford?
Ace Mumford.
He died. Now, before that, it belonged to Prairie View and Southern.
That's
and then
true.
Ace Mumford died. Billy Nix retired in 65. And then Grambling claimed the SWAC for many years. Now, I'm saying it's time for Grambling to be Grambling again.
But you see,
Y'all heard what
you
he said Grambling gonna be Grambling again. Oh,
be Grambling again.
But you see, he did a hard stop because he didn't want to talk about the 80s when W.C. Gordon came around. He just kind of, you see how he just kind of overlooked that.
I'm saying since 1960. I mean, 60.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Arnett Mumford died in 61. Was it 61 or 62? He died in 62. Grambling emerged. We stayed that way until what, 90? Okay. Coach Robinson, he retired in what, 90 what?
1997, my freshman year in college.
97. So we ruled from about 62 to 1997, right?
No,
look at all the national championships we won.
I would say 95. I would say 95 because 96 was a down year for y'all. That's the last. Jackson State won the HBCU national championship in 96. Right. In 97, the game was way ahead of him. So he knew he had to retire.
Well, let me ask you this now, Doc. How many SWAC championships do we have at Grambling? And how many national championships do we have?
Too damn many. Y'all got 25 SWAC championships.
How many national championships?
Sure, it's too many to count on my fingers.
I think y'all got 16.
Right.
National championships?
Yeah, I think y'all got 16.
Yeah, no, listen, come on, guys. So that means we dominated the 60s, we dominated the 70s. We're gonna get an 80s to W.C. Gordon. Did we dominate the 90s?
You dominated part of the 90s until Pete Richardson brought his ass up.
That's right. You're right. Because let me tell you, when Pete Richardson came in, we became irrelevant.
Hey, Mr. Ford, I'm gonna tell you, Jerome gonna say that's too far back. You know what I mean? So that's just before that. You know, Jerome. You know, he would say, "Hey, you can't go back. You're gonna go back to the 2000s because you know before 2000 it don't count. Before 2000 don't count." So all
listen,
you know, so it's old heads. So please don't talk before 2000. You know, 20th century. Leave it in the 20th century.
Hey guys, it's time for Listen, guys, come on now, Miss Simona. I know you're mad. It's time for Grambling to take over.
She ain't mad. She ain't mad. She petty.
Of it all. Look, I don't get mad. I just use what you use, what people say out their mouth. I use it against them.
Listen, we got to take over.
You said that Julie was in over his head. He in over his head.
But listen, Mr. Simone, see, when Grambling is ruling the SWAC, that's normalcy. That's like status quo. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
Grambling is supposed to rule the SWAC.
Mr. Ford, that if we want to go ahead and dig up Billy Nix out of his grave,
he was something else, man. We couldn't do that. You know, Rob told us when I was a student down there, he couldn't do nothing with Billy Nix. He couldn't do nothing with Jake Gaither. He told us that. He couldn't do, and he really couldn't do nothing with Ace Mumford. He couldn't do nothing with them. He couldn't do nothing with them. That was an old joke at Grambling. They said that when Ace Mumford died, Rob was at his funeral crying, and they said, "What you crying about?" Say, "You know, I never beat him." So he was crying because he had never beat him.
See, there you go. So see somebody.
Folks getting called out. They said, "What?" I said, "What was that?" So now things looking up a little bit different for y'all.
Yeah, well, listen, Willie gone, so it's time for us to take over. Willie Simmons is gone.
You're gonna be able to stay undefeated. South Carolina State coming.
So who's the longest tenure coach in the SWAC right now? Is it Maynard?
It's Maynard.
That's crazy.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah,
it's Maynard.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
it's
crazy.
Maynard.
It's
that boy Cardinal Maynard.
Man, and he on his last leg.
You better go get him a defense coordinator.
You know, you better stop barking and coach some players. You won't hear no barking.
Listen, you ever heard his impression of Ric Flair? I like it when he do that Ric Flair impression.
Whoa!
Yeah, that's it.
Hey, Ghana, JSU by 60.
Yeah.
JSU by 60.
Oh, you got FAMU's got to get their coach in. So
And so listen, it's time for Grambling.
So from the time of departure to the time that the next head coach is named, I can go ahead and give you that. So our SWAC championship in 2002, it was on December 3rd at the Memorial Veterans Stadium. Now, mind you, folks kind of knew like, oh, okay, he's leaving, you know. So our AD, Ashley Robinson, being the great leader that he is, he already had everything structured and they already had their game plan, because I'm pretty sure behind closed doors, they all knew, okay, he really is leaving. You know what I'm saying? So
That ain't what Ed Reed said. That ain't what Ed Reed said. That ain't what Ed Reed said. That ain't, I'm just saying. Ed Reed said, hey, listen, Prime called him. Prime told him to take it. He wouldn't take it over. He talked to him. I'm just saying.
He just put it out there. He just put it in an atmosphere right there.
I'm just saying, you know, y'all was almost about to have Ed Reed talking about y'all back doors and guarding the yards. Now come on now. I don't know, TC wasn't no slam dunk now, according to Ed Reed.
We ain't listening to him, because by December 13th, TC Taylor was named head coach. That's 10 days.
That's because Ed said he didn't want the job. He wanted to stay in Florida to help him through. He said, we'll just spread it out. That's what Ed said.
10 days. 10 days. So
okay, so you giving us 10 days.
I'm giving y'all y'all need to get it in 7 because of National Signing Day. Y'all need to get it. Y'all need to beat us.
Okay.
December 13th.
I think in a sense though, with FAMU, even whoever they named the head coach, as long I'm just saying, as long as they got that man expressed as the recruiting coordinator,
he's not going anywhere.
Yeah, he's really good too.
He's not going nowhere.
Well, he's not. I'm telling you what I know. Yeah, he's not going anywhere.
That guy's really good, man. That Express guy's really good.
Yeah, no, that most, like I say, unless somebody comes in there and just totally flew, which from my understanding they're not, is that they're looking for a coach to say, hey, this is what the staff is good. We got a great staff. And now I'm gonna say this. Let me make a quick point real quick. The best thing that happened with this was that it focused on how important our assistant coaches are and that they need to be paid a quality pay.
Right. That's right.
So now what has happened is we do have the money in a bucket to give these guys a living wage. You know what I'm saying? So we have that money in a bucket. So now we don't have to worry about that. That's off the table. So, you know, sometimes when there is bad, there's good. And, you know, now you can reflect on it and look and say, okay, now we know we can mobilize and raise all this money. Now, how can we do this on a consistent basis? I've heard a lot of great things about creating a separate athletic foundation, which we do not have, which I think
that's University of Georgia. That's what they have.
That's all the white folks have.
That's what they have.
Athletic foundation. So because they just to let you guys know, that's who pays these salaries for these coaches, not the state. Because most states have the thing like Florida, you can only pay so much. It's the foundations that supplement the payment.
That's right.
So there you go. So that's the thing. So, you know, so I think for us to sit back and look at this and do a lessons learned and say, okay, now we pay the assistant coaches and now you get a great head coach and recruit, then we'll be fine. So I think the assistant coaches are excited.
Well, are all hearts and minds clear?
Oh yeah, Timon, I appreciate you doing this show. I appreciate it. You're doing a great job. I appreciate everybody. You know, like I said, and again, Jerome, and I want to say this, I have tremendous respect for Jerome because I know he loves Jackson State, and I respect, you know, I like the fact that black men can have, without calling each other out their name, and just debate, because we should be able to debate. And Timon, I appreciate you giving us the platform to have a discussion, even though we have to agree, but I heard two black men stay in their, you know, opinion without calling each other out their name. So I appreciate that, because we need more of that, because we have too many people doing silliness and stuff.
Yes.
So I appreciate that. And Jerome, I just want to say that, brother, I respect you. And I will see you in Jackson. Hopefully you'll be at the game with me and the people that don't like FAMU coming, because we coming. And hope we can all break bread together. How about that?
Jerome is here. Jerome. Let me see. Yeah, Jerome just came up. But the doors of the portal are open. The doors of the portal are now open.
She did not say the portal. I'm done with you.
Tomorrow, how many people y'all hit the portal?
We're talking about the doors of your portal.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering, because I know there were some doors open down there on 1400 Lynch Street too now. I'm just saying. I heard there was some, you know, there was some doors over there on 1400 Lynch Street. So I know we all got that AME church on every block in the SWAC.
Lines are clear because the doors of the portal are now open.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure. Y'all better be passing that collection plate around down there 1400 Lynch Street too now.
Like I said, public service announcements, FAMU. Y'all, if you are not on the stream, you're just now joining, or you're tuning in. FAMU, y'all about to get these jokes, so just take them in stride. Ain't no need in getting mad.
Still bragging different.
We go ahead and brag different. We just
HBCU national champs. Before you say any joke, HBCU national champs.
Say only
tell them, Mr. Ford. Only two people can say that on this phone on this call tonight. Grambling, Mr. Ford, and me. Everybody else can think about it.
Said the snakes are still hanging.
Baby, still hanging. Even if we 1-10 next year, we still gonna say we HBCU national champ, but we won't be 1-10, so we'll be fine. We ain't North Carolina A&T.
Ooh, not the former HBCU MEAC champs coming in there throwing that shade.
Yeah,
anybody
where's David?
else want to clear their thoughts and minds? The doors of the portal are still open. Where there'll be one. Don't be ashamed to step to the plate.
Oh my goodness. Let's Mona. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and eat my greens.
Yes,
and I didn't. And Patrice, I did not know. I did not know the Orange Strike. I didn't even know they was on, because I support my HBCU niece, because this is family. So that's why I'm over here first. So I'm supporting her. So I'm gonna go over there and support. I'm gonna be one of the 50 people that's watching them now. So yes, I will go over there and listen to them. So it's not
Yes.
So, but I'm gonna always support my HBCU niece, because that is, as they say, hair is thicker than orange or green sometimes. Isn't that right, Timon? Tell them.
That's right.
Hey, you know, so tell them. Hey, Timon, before I leave, tell them.
Said Southern's been an HBCU national champ multiple times.
No. So has FAMU, so has Jackson State. We talking about winning Celebration Bowls. Y'all don't even know what the Celebration Bowl look like, Southern. Y'all don't even know what the address is. So just stop. That's what we talking about. So everybody on this phone has had HBCU national champs. That's a fact. Jackson State's been that. Grambling's been that. FAMU's been that. We talking about the Celebration Bowl that y'all have yet to play in.
Oh,
yet to play in.
Dang! Why you gotta say it with your chest? They gonna talk about the Heritage Bowl, right?
Like I said, that's Southern folks. They have their memories are bad.
Well, this is interesting. We only have a certain amount of people left from even just a short time ago. Everybody's gone. It's been a SWAC shakeup of sorts. The only one left on this little preseason guy from 2022 is Coach Eddie Robinson, Coach Maynor, and then Coach.
Damn, that picture like the Survivor picture. You know when they be marking people off the island and stuff? Damn.
Boy, they look like some Avengers type shit right there.
Telling you. Hey, Timona, Mr. Willis said the FAMU people want their money back. Now we gonna hold that money for Kentucky Fried Chicken. So now we good. So no, we don't need our money back.
Hey, y'all better go down to Olean's.
Get that Kentucky Fried Chicken and Bucket Award, Timona. Thank you. All right.
Did you just say a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken?
Hey, listen, we gonna start giving out the Kentucky Fried Chicken Bucket Awards and start next week. You didn't know that, Doc? Yeah, so we're gonna get that.
You know what?
KFC Bucket Awards, yes.
KFC Bucket Award. Hey, my AD almost got it today, but you know it was close. It was close. She almost got the first. She almost got the inaugural, not the first annual, y'all. The inaugural. There's a difference. There's no such thing as first annual. It's inaugural, and then second annual. She almost got the inaugural KFC Bucket Award. Almost. It was close.
You know what? I ain't even started my superlatives yet. I'm still thinking about it, man. No, but it's crazy. That is trippy though, man. Like it's only the 3 original coaches from 2022 that's still in the SWAC. I mean, and then apparently, you know, Fred, come on, man. They need to go and give this man his job and stop playing around.
Now stuff like that make HBCUs look bad. Well, not all, but most definitely making them look bad.
It makes
You
them
talking
look
about
bad.
Texas Southern?
Yeah, that's type of stuff right there. Yeah, and how long it take is to SWAC to hire a coach, and that is not a good look for it. That is not a good look. Even Mr. Folds, I mean, what taking them so long? I don't know what taking so long to hire
the board
of regents in Texas.
Oh, I'm just talking about when any of them need a coach. Most of the time, it take a long time.
I mean, we got ours done in 10 days. I think that Southern could have probably had theirs finished if they just would have went ahead and gave Coach Graves the job. You know, they would have already been ahead of the game because they ended up having to give it to him anyways. So they could have sidestepped all that extra stuff and just gave it to him.
They was waiting on.
Hey, Doc, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Okay, all right. So this is, and I'm disclaimer. Timon had nothing to do with this rumor that I'm getting ready to put out here because I got this phone call. I heard that part of it is that McNair, the owner of the Texans, put his thumb on that scale and have told them that if they hire his boy down there at Texas Southern, that he'll even give them more money. Now, is there any truth to that?
I don't know if it's truth to that, but it sounds like some truth to that, man.
Yeah, okay, because that's my you know, and I know folks, and that's what I heard.
Ain't enough money in the world. First of all, the Texans should have been giving them money anyway.
Well, he gave him $1 million. He already gave him $1 million.
He gave him $1 million.
And what I heard
at the practice field.
Yeah, and he will give them another $1 million if they hired his guy.
That practice field was a used practice field, from what I understand. That was like when you go to a Goodwill store and you go to, what's that store called where you go in there's used goods in there? That field was a used goods field.
Yeah, you go to a consignment store.
Yeah, Texas Southern, like, yeah, they appreciate it, but don't act like you gave us a brand new field. That was your old field that you rolled up and we rolled out onto ours. Like, don't do that. Yeah, a used rug. They gave him a used rug. Stop playing. Clean. So when you say they gave him $1 million, you mean they gave him a clearance rug? Because I know you.
No. He donated $1 million cash, and from what I was told was that if they hire, and again, I'm saying this.
Oh, remember, the daddy McNair.
I mean, I actually believe it, but
but I don't want you to get caught up in anything. I'm owning what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah,
so I'm owning. What I had to say about that was what I did do was I pulled up the regent bylaws, and what I found is that, I mean, of course, sometimes we don't do this. But I would have exercised and looked at, okay, so if there is some truth to it and there's 2 board of regent members who are holding out, are they utilizing their power in exchange for something? Meaning you are holding up this approval of Fred McNair because you've basically been promised something by somebody else and you're not allowed to do that. So was it $1 million or was it a Diddy $1 million, Mr. Campbell?
Nah, it
No,
was a full 1 million.
for 1 million. They got the 1 million, and from what I was told is that when Andre Johnson wanted, he went to McNair and he knew the people over there, the trustees, and said, "My guy wants this job, and I think you should give my guy this job. And if you give this guy my job, this is what'll happen." And that's what I've been told.
Well, they better hope though that the media or some investigative reporter doesn't actually get concrete evidence that that's true, because that's kind of like utilizing your power in your regent position. You're utilizing your power to basically hijack what the AD is supposed to do.
Well, white folks, but see, you gotta say, whoa.
They would have did the same.
This is what white people do every day.
They would have did the same thing of U. They would have did the same thing with U of H, and that's across the street.
Yeah. White. This is so you gotta understand something. When in his mind, he doesn't play by the rules that you and I play. He say he want his guy, and that's what they should do, and that's the way white folks operate. So this ain't got nothing to do with bylaws, because you know one thing about white folks and bylaws, they change them when it don't fit what they want. They do it all the time. They do it all the time. When the rules don't fit them, guess what? All of a sudden you see a new rule.
Like FSU did.
You're correct.
So now you got to ask yourself, why do Houston, Texas owners so concerned about who to coach at Texas Southern?
Well, see, to me, this is what I think. And once again, white people want to always say that they did something for somebody black, but that also mean they control them. And they can say, "See, look what I did for Andre there, guy. You know what I'm saying? I did that for Andre. Send him over there, them black folks. You know that school over there." So it makes relieve his white guilt.
So,
and that's again, that's my opinion.
Miss Ocean said it's not true, but it is kind of like a power play.
And I'm not listening again. Ocean 91. Listen, I said
allegedly they're utilizing their power because they've been promised something. Which for me, it's kind of like, what is your argument here? Because Fred McNair absolutely is more qualified than any football coach that they're bringing to the table. And Andre Johnson, they keep on talking about he's a Texan legend, he's this, he's that.
But clearly, well, here's what I'm gonna say to Ocean 91. But clearly, I will say this: how did Andre Johnson all of a sudden get in the mix? Where all of a sudden this is even an issue? So,
how is he? Yeah, right.
Yeah,
how is somebody who has no head coaching experience and he's not even in the Hall of Fame?
He's on the verge of trying to get into it.
He's on the verge, but he's not. He's not a Hall of Famer. So the at first it was, if you're a Hall of Famer, please step to the plate. Now you got folks who are not even Hall of Famers, and they're over here thinking that they deserve a chance at the FCS level for a head coaching position.
I mean, if you want to say it like that, sure. You can say Antonio Cromartie he shouted to the rooftop to try to get on that job for Texas Southern. He said it himself that he was better than McKinney as far as coaching and getting people to come up in there. I mean, but guess where he at? He went to St. Augustine and became a defensive analyst. But like I said, his name gonna be in the job. His name is gonna be in the mix too.
It's like, how are these folks that aren't even Hall of Famers? Like, okay, you used Hall of Famer. Now you're saying he's good at recruiting in Texas. Newsflash: you need to be able to recruit more than just Texas. And Coach Fred McNair has proven to be able to get folks to go to Lorman, Mississippi from Texas. So it's not adding up when you line them against each other. It's not adding up.
But when it comes down to it, here in Texas, your first stop, it ain't no Florida, it ain't no Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas, Tennessee. It is going to be Texas here, and first and foremost. That's where they're gonna start at. Probably 75% of your roster is going to be from the state.
Well, they ain't name him for FAMU. They ain't put Fred's name up for FAMU. I guess he don't fit that, huh, Mr. Campbell?
Fred is not a fit for FAMU. And then Fred is great, but FAMU needs a Florida guy that understands the Florida recruiting, because, like I said, we don't need to go out of state to get guys. We need to dominate that second tier Florida guy, or that guy went to Georgia or Florida State, and say, come back home and play at FAMU. And you got to have people that know those guys. So we need a Florida guy to coach that.
So you got a whole. So basically, when you go to FAMU, you're gonna recruit all of Florida. You're gonna recruit South Georgia. You're gonna get the Atlanta area.
Yep. And that's all you need.
It's all you really need. You can get South Carolina, and you get a little bit of Alabama, Mobile.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's all you need. Yeah, if you get the guys, you just get the guys in the portal from Florida and things like that, which is what we built, which is what we built the program on. As you see, won the national championship. That's what we got. And then you get a quarterback that can pull the trigger like Musa, and then there you go. So that's my thing. So tomorrow I'm gonna let you guys go. Like I say, appreciate Doc. Great job. Happy New Year, Mr. Ford. Happy New Year to you and your Grambling Tigers. Hopefully the G can stay on the side of the helmet. And and Happy New Year to my young brother Jerome Brooks. Happy New Year to Jerome, because Jerome made me think about something. He just let me know that all the people in SWAC just do not like us FAMU. I did not know that. Oh my God. I'm going to go back to the FAMU group to let us know that the SWAC folk don't really like us. So, I guess tomorrow I'll go cry about that, that the SWAC folks don't like us.
Well, we have a nice little picture in memory of.
Yeah. I know this apartment, but you know what? I guess we moved in after y'all moved out and had y'all prime picture there. I've seen this apartment. So we moved in after y'all moved out. That what happened?
Now y'all got the little picture up there now.
Yeah.
I wonder what Kobe gonna say.
So no, I know this apartment. Nice apartment. You know what I'm saying? Very humble, but clean and everything. So no, I said we put our picture right where y'all put y'all picture. Absolutely. Right where y'all put y'all picture with Prime and all that. So that's a good deal. So but we do appreciate Willie, going out gracefully and telling the FAMU Nation, how much he appreciates us. So we do appreciate that. So that's it. All right.
The doors of the transfer portal are open.
That's
Will
right.
there be one? Will there be one?
It won't be 60. Gotcha.
Hey, he got us good on that one.
Will there be one? The doors of the transfer portal are open.
I think they said
never the right time to say goodbye. We're doing our closing. Do you know that song? I think that's Chris Brown.
That's Chris Brown.
Yeah, it's never the right time to say goodbye. Yeah. We're singing our goodbye songs before closing out. I gotta be the first to make the move. Cause if I don't, you're gonna start hating me. Cause I really don't. I don't know those words though. Let me see if I can get those. You know that song? Oh yeah. How do you let it go when you just don't know what's on the other side of the door and you're walking out? Do you think he signed that contract yet?
Who? Willie?
Yeah.
Shit. Soon as he resigned.
The same way they be sending out those national letters of intent. I need you to email me my contract so I can sign it right now. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna tell them that I'm resigning until I sign it. It needs to be in black and white that I am officially the running back coach. Mr. Ford knows that song. Y'all don't got no more songs? Will there be one? Will there be one? The transfer portal is now open. Never the right time to say goodbye. Because they don't have 4 minutes anymore. What's the Boyz II Men song? You know the Boyz II Men song?
I just know it's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
Oh, yes. These are some really good lyrics right here. How do I say goodbye to what we had? The good times that made us laugh outweigh the bad. I thought we'd get to see forever. Now, these are definitely some FAMU folks who, for real, they just thought they were going to dominate for the rest of their life. Let me see. I don't know where the road is going to lead. All I know is where we've been and what we've been through. Oh, that's touching right there. And if we get to see tomorrow, I hope it's worth all the wait. It's hard to say goodbye to yesterday. And I'll take with me the memories to be my sunshine after the rain. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. The former FSU commit has reopened his recruitment. He's in the portal again. Will there be another? Will there be another?
Know. Maybe not. I mean, I meant to tell you, I didn't know if you was on yesterday, but I wanted to tell you Happy New Year. We got to get back to doing our Saturday Night Live again for basketball season. I don't know about staying up to 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning like we used to, but we need to get back to doing the
I can work on that. I can work on that. I don't want to commit full time to every single Saturday. It was
no. I will. It's good. It's cool. Like, especially like the important games that's coming up. You know, that's going to be coming up. Hey, we could be up on it.
Yes. I need to. So you know, the last one. Will there be another? Rodney Hill is gone. Will there be another?
I want to say this, Mr. Todd Goza. If you said I don't have enough history, I probably got more history in my pinky finger than you have in your whole brain. But thank you. But thank you. Now, just because I don't really do too much of a clapback game, don't mean I won't get on your ass. Use my language.
Ooh, you heard that.
Now, if anybody else want to say something to me, you can jump on the line right now and say what you got to say. If not, keep your ass in that chat.
All right. Well, I'm going to play this music as we go out. We're going to play this beautiful, beautiful music. The doors of the transfer portal are now open, as I said before. Hey, you know what? When you laughing at another school and then your head coach enters the transfer portal. I did that a long time ago, y'all. I ain't trying to bring up all the old stuff that I did, but I definitely talked about this, you know, that the same thing that'll make you laugh will make you cry.
Oh, let me put the one song in there by Loose Ends. You Can't Stop the Rain.
Yeah.
Amen.
Can you hear that music?
Mm-hmm.
Doors of the transfer portal are open.
Where my hat at? We need to pass the collection plate. Proceed to follow the ushers to the front. The doors of the SWAC Church is open now.
That's right. Come on with it.
Amen.
Yeah, I hear you.
Take him to church. That's a little something. I don't do the church music too. Yeah, you do. First lady, don't do that. Don't do that. Right? Don't do that. She knows that.
We need to get up. I don't have nothing to play, boy. We need the tambourine.
Make you want to get to. And let the church say amen. Let the church say amen.
Take it on back in Memphis. Take it back. Oh, old school, yeah. There you go.
Thank y'all for coming to the live. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Thank you for coming. Thank you for tuning in.
There you go.
We will have refreshments in the back, provided to you by Sister Odell. We got chicken in the back with spaghetti and a nice salad.
Not the chicken.
All the cooking is made by Sister Odell and the Missionary Society.
I cannot believe that. Not the chicken.
Hey, I grew up in the church. I grew up in the church. My granddad was a preacher, and my great uncle was a preacher. So I grew up in the church. My grandma was in the missionary, and I was on the usher board and in the choir. So I know, I know what it means.
Yes. Well, that's what we needed, you know?
I think they'll be all right though, but they gonna get these jokes. I got my memes. I got my memes ready too. I still got my memes from. I had them since the summer. I had them since the summer. I was just waiting on for them to slip up.
Already have them in the summer. You knew he was leaving in the summer?
No, I was waiting on for them to slip up this season.
You knew he was doing what?
I was waiting on for him to. I was waiting on for FAMU to slip up.
I
was waiting on for it to be self-inflicted.
The transfer portal call. The transfer portal call.
The offensive lineman in the portal too. Oh.
Will there be another one?
If you want to be at a stable program,
come to JSU.
Please make your way. Make your way down 1400 J.R. Lynch Street.
Oh Lord, let him use.
Y'all come on. It's altar call. Y'all come to the altar.
Come as you are. Come as you are.
Everyone turn your Bibles to the book of Jackson State, verse 1877.
So the Florida State recruits are gone.
If the Rattlers coming to get me, I got holy water.
The book of Exodus? No! Who said the book of Exodus? You need to go sit down. No!
Yes, the book of Exodus.
Lord, they said the book of Exodus. I can't. Lord, I can't.
Turn your Bibles to the book of Tallahassee. Exodus 1887.
In the book of Exodus, chapter 18, verse 87. Y'all are so petty, it don't make no sense.
Dr. D says with
all
baptism.
All self-inflicted. Oh, thank you, Mr. Barnes. Thank you for your donation, Mr. Barnes.
Yes, sir.
Uh-oh. They said the 80 need to get in the portal too.
Oh, I got something to tell you about that too. Take me to the King.
Oh Lord, I don't have much to bring.
For all the FAMU faithful is going up to yonder.
Hey!
Simona, look to your side and say,
neighbor.
Hey, David, if I'm going to hell, I'm going with some gasoline draws on.
What usually happens when they stop? Don't they usually start back up again?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, precious Lord, take my hand.
Lead me on. Let me stand.
Yes.
I am tired.
Yes. We are
I
tired of
am
all these
weak.
SWAC. All the SWAC shakeups.
I am warm.
Yes.
Through the storm.
The storm.
Through the night.
The night.
Leave me on.
Yes. Yes. Take a look at your neighbor. And say, neighbor, may the Lord watch between me and thee while we are absent, one from another. Ain't that how it go? Amen. Amen. Amen.
Some more to be.
And last but not least, just so we are all on one accord, FAMU, y'all about to get these jokes. Y'all about to get these jokes. We're going to sing, or I'm gonna have Braxton sing I Know It Was the Blood. And then we'll be on our way out, and we'll just be waiting. So we got 2 SWAC coaches, right? Texas Southern, and now FAMU. And that's it, right?
That is it.
Less than a month and a half away from the national signing day. Come sing I Know It Was the Blood, baby. Come on. Braxton, come on. Leave it, baby, now. Come on. I know it was the blood. Come on. Let's send you some more for your toys.
The SWAC shake-up was called by Mr. Ford. Mr. Ford wanted the whole SWAC West gone.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. This is the last song before we get off.
Why is yours?
Why is mine what right there?
Santa Claus.
Oh yeah, that's the FAMU Santa Claus.
But I thought you were.
There we go. See?
What?
Yeah, peas and carrots. You see it? All right, go ahead.
I thought you was on the one that said it.
Yeah, it usually says She Loves Thee.
Is that peas?
Mm-hmm. Peas and carrots.
I know it was the blood. I know it was the blood. I know it was the blood for me. When I was lost, he died on the cross. I know it was the blood. I know it was the blood. I know it was the blood for me.
Amen.
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 There's only one person. There's only one person on.
It's me, Braxton. Uncle Doc.
Uncle Doc.
Yeah.
I'm my uncle.
What's up?
You're not my uncle.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
You're not.
All right, y'all. Everybody have a good night.
Uncle? Is he my uncle?
Yep, that's Uncle Doc. Y'all have a good night. Happy New Year. And we'll catch y'all in Roughing the SWAC and in these Twitter streets. Stay petty and stay safe.
Happy.